Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am so excited about today's reading. We're diving deep into what your spirit guides are trying to tell you, like seriously, what messages are they just itching to get across? This reading is all about what your spirit guides are revealing to you. And you know what? This reading is timeless. So whenever you're watching this, it's meant for you right now. This isn't just any old reading. We're going to be tapping into some serious spiritual insights to help guide you on your path. And trust me, your guides have a lot to say. So get ready to uncover some amazing stuff. Okay, so for our piles today, we have 4 beautiful crystals, each representing a different message from your spirit guides. First up, we have this gorgeous agate pyramid. This pile is all about unearthing hidden potential, so your guides might be showing you how to unlock some serious dormant abilities. Then we have this Jasper tower, which is all about anchoring to inner wisdom, giving you stability and clarity. Next, we have this vibrant Garnet butterfly, and this one is about igniting passion and purpose. Your guides are ready to illuminate your true desires and help you transform dreams into reality. Finally, we have this stunning aquamarine tree, which is all about cultivating intuitive growth and nurturing your psychic senses. So, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and trust your intuition to guide you to the pile that resonates most. There's no pressure at all in choosing. And remember, it's absolutely okay to check out more than one pile if you feel drawn to multiple crystals. Take a moment now to set the intention that the message you are meant to hear comes through clearly for you. And with that being said, let's dive in. Okay, so you picked the agate pyramid, which is all about transformation. And your reading is about unearthing hidden potential. Your spirit guides are showing you how to unlock those dormant abilities and really step into your power, which is so exciting. That agate is really going to help shift things for you. So let's dive right into what they have to say. First up, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I love this card, especially at the start of a reading. She is like the ultimate Earth Mother, right? So like she is grounded, she's abundant, she's nurturing, she is like that warm, cozy feeling of coming home. You know, she's got it all together, at least on the surface. But here's the thing, she didn't just magically appear in that state. I feel like this card is showing that you have cultivated this incredible sense of stability in your life. You've worked hard to create a comfortable, secure environment for yourself and maybe for others too. Like you're the person everyone goes to for advice, for a shoulder to cry on, for, just a general sense of calm. You're that rock for so many people, and they really appreciate you for it. Maybe you've built a successful career, or you've created a loving home, or you've mastered the art of self-care. Whatever it is, you have achieved a certain level of mastery in the material world. You know how to handle your finances, you know how to take care of your body, you know how to create a sense of beauty and harmony around you. You're like a total boss in so many ways, honestly. Like people look up to you. And there's always a but, isn't there? But beneath that composed exterior, maybe, just maybe, there's a feeling of being a little bit stuck. Like you've built this amazing life, but is it truly fulfilling your soul's purpose? Is it really tapping into all that hidden potential that we talked about at the start? Are you just going through the motions, doing what's expected of you, rather than what you truly desire? Or maybe you are wanting more, but you are also afraid of losing the comfort and security that you've created. It could also be that you've become so focused on taking care of everyone else that you've forgotten to nurture yourself. Like, you're so busy pouring from your cup that you haven't taken the time to refill it. You're giving and giving and giving, but what are you getting in return? Are you feeling drained, exhausted, and maybe even a little bit resentful? The Queen of Pentacles is asking you to take a look at where you're at in your life and to ask yourself some tough questions. Are you truly happy? Are you living in alignment with your values? Are you honoring your own needs and desires? Or have you become a little bit too comfortable, a little bit too complacent? I really feel like that might be the case. She's not judging you, not at all. She's just inviting you to step into an even more authentic version of yourself. She's saying, you've done an amazing job creating this foundation. Now let's build something even more incredible on top of it. Because I really think you have it in you. She's also saying, don't be afraid to ask for help. You don't have to do it all alone. There are people who love you and support you and want to see you thrive. Let them in, let them help you carry the load. You deserve it, you absolutely deserve it. I feel like you have been doing everything alone for so long, you don't even know how to ask for help anymore. You've gotten so good at doing it all, you forgot that you don't have to. And remember that self-care is not selfish. Taking time for yourself is essential for your well-being and for your ability to continue to nurture others. You can't pour from an empty cup, so make sure you're filling yours up first. This card is such a beautiful representation of your potential for abundance, stability, and nurturing. It's a reminder that you have everything you need within you to create a fulfilling and meaningful life. But it's also a call to action. It's time to get honest with yourself, to identify what's no longer serving you, and to take steps towards creating a life that truly reflects your soul's purpose. And that agate pyramid is there to help you transform into exactly who you need to be. Okay, so that's the Queen of Pentacles. But oh boy, what comes next is a little intense. We have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so after the Queen of Pentacles, this card can feel like a total gut punch, right? I mean, it's swords sticking out of a back. It's like the ultimate symbol of defeat and failure. You're probably looking at this card and thinking, oh great, everything's falling apart. But hold on a second, because this card is not as scary as it looks, I promise. The Ten of Swords represents an ending, yes, but it's not just any ending, it's a necessary ending. It's the completion of a cycle, the release of something that is no longer serving you. Think of it like a really, really painful shedding of skin. It hurts like hell in the moment, but it leaves you feeling lighter, freer, and ready to grow. So whatever that stability was that we talked about, that the Queen of Pentacles represents, might be crashing down, or at least it feels that way. Maybe a relationship is ending, or a job is falling through, or you're facing some kind of major setback. It feels awful, I know, but trust me when I say that this is happening for a reason. The universe is clearing the decks for something better to come in. I truly, truly believe that. This card often appears when we've been holding on to something for too long, even though we know it's not good for us. Maybe we're afraid of change, or we're worried about what other people will think, or we just don't know what else to do. But the universe is saying, enough is enough, it's time to let go. You know, think of it like a plant that's outgrown its pot. It's root-bound, it's struggling to survive, it's not able to thrive. The only way for it to reach its full potential is to be transplanted into a bigger pot. And that's what's happening to you right now. You're being transplanted, even if it doesn't feel like it. The Ten of Swords can also represent a moment of clarity. Like you've finally reached the end of your rope, and you can see things for what they really are. You realize that you can't keep going on like this, that you need to make a change. It's a painful realization, but it's also empowering. Because once you know what needs to be done, you can start taking steps to move forward. It's about recognizing that you've reached a point where you can't keep fighting anymore. You've given it your all, you've tried everything you can, but it's just not working. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you're a failure, it just means that it's time to surrender. It's time to let go and trust that the universe has a better plan for you. But here's the tricky part. The Ten of Swords isn't just about wallowing in despair. It's also about taking responsibility for your part in the situation. Like, what lessons can you learn from this experience? What patterns do you need to break? What changes do you need to make in order to avoid repeating the same mistakes in the future? Because you don't want to end up here again. It's about forgiving yourself for any perceived failures and recognizing that every experience, even the painful ones, is an opportunity for growth. You know, like Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb on his first try. He failed hundreds of times before he finally got it right. But he didn't give up. He kept learning and growing, and eventually he changed the world. And you can do that too. I know you can. The Ten of Swords is a reminder that endings are a natural part of life. They're not something to be feared, but rather something to be embraced. Because every ending creates space for a new beginning. It's like when one door closes, another one opens. And that new door might lead you to something even more amazing than you ever could have imagined. So don't be afraid of the Ten of Swords. Don't resist the ending that's happening in your life. Instead, surrender to it, learn from it, and trust that it's leading you to something better. Because I truly believe that it is. And speaking of new beginnings, that brings us to our final card, which is the Page of Pentacles. This is where things get really interesting. Okay, so after that dramatic Ten of Swords energy, the Page of Pentacles is like a breath of fresh air, isn't it? It's like the sun coming out after a storm. Like, we had the ending and now we have the rebirth. He's young, he's enthusiastic, he's eager to learn, he's full of potential. This card represents new beginnings, new opportunities, and the first steps on a new path. This page sees possibilities everywhere and is so eager to jump in. After the Ten of Swords, this is like a sign that you are ready to start something new, after all that clearing. All that new energy, all that agate pyramid power coursing through you. I feel like this card is showing that you are ready to embark on a new journey. Maybe you're starting a new job, or a new relationship, or a new creative project. Or maybe you're just exploring new interests and hobbies. Whatever it is, you're feeling inspired and motivated to learn and grow. The Page of Pentacles is all about being open to new experiences and being willing to try new things. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone and embracing the unknown. It's about saying yes to opportunities that come your way, even if they seem a little bit scary. He is also very connected to nature, so I feel like getting outside is going to be really important for you, especially as you are starting on this new journey. Grounding yourself, connecting with the earth, feeling the sun on your skin will help you to stay centered and focused. This card can also represent a new skill or talent that you're developing. Maybe you're taking a class, or learning a new language, or practicing a musical instrument. Whatever it is, you're putting in the effort to cultivate your abilities and expand your horizons. But here's the thing, the Page of Pentacles is not about instant gratification. It's about the slow, steady process of learning and growing. It's about putting in the work, even when you don't see immediate results. It's about trusting that your efforts will eventually pay off, because they will. I really feel that they will. It's about being patient with yourself and celebrating small victories along the way. You're not going to become an expert overnight. It takes time and practice to master any skill, but as long as you keep showing up and putting in the effort, you will eventually reach your goals. You will. Just don't give up. The Page of Pentacles is also a reminder to stay grounded and practical. While it's important to dream big and have lofty goals, it's also important to stay rooted in reality. You need to have a plan. You need to be realistic about your resources, and you need to be willing to work hard to achieve your dreams. Don't get so caught up in the excitement of the new beginning that you forget to take care of the practical details. Make sure you have a solid foundation, that you're managing your finances responsibly, and that you're taking care of your physical and emotional well-being. This page is showing that you have the potential to create something amazing in your life. You have the skills, you have the talent, and you have the drive. All you need to do is stay focused, stay grounded, and keep putting in the work. So embrace the new beginning that's unfolding in your life. Be open to new experiences, be willing to learn and grow, and don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. Because the universe is supporting you, your spirit guides are guiding you, and you have everything you need to succeed. This is it. And remember that agate pyramid. You have the transformative power within you to make some serious magic happen. Seriously. Okay, wow, so after the Page of Pentacles and all that fresh energy, we have the Ten of Wands. That's, interesting. I mean, not bad necessarily, but definitely something to pay attention to, you know. It can feel like such a drag, like, after all that new beginning stuff. So the Ten of Wands, like, if you look at it, it's all about burdens, right? Like carrying a heavy load. It's like you're trying to juggle everything, and it's all just like so much. So many wands. So, like on the surface, this card is kind of a warning that you might be taking on too much. Think back to the Queen of Pentacles. All that stability, all those responsibilities you had. Maybe you're still carrying those around even after that Ten of Swords ending. Even though you're starting this new journey with the Page of Pentacles, you might still be weighed down by old obligations and expectations, you know? Like, you're trying to run towards this bright new future, but you've got all this baggage strapped to your back. And it's slowing you down. It's making it harder to move forward. It's making it harder to fully embrace that Page of Pentacles energy. Or maybe it's not about old obligations, maybe it's about new ones. Like, you're so excited about this new beginning that you're saying yes to everything. You're volunteering for every project, you're taking on every responsibility, you're trying to do it all, and you're burning yourself out. You're stretching yourself too thin. You're losing sight of what's really important. It's like you're trying to prove something to yourself or to someone else. You're trying to show that you can handle it all, but you don't have to. You really, really don't. See, the Ten of Wands isn't necessarily a bad card. It just means you need to be mindful of your limits. You need to be realistic about what you can handle. And you need to be willing to say no when you're feeling overwhelmed. It's about setting boundaries, you know? Protecting your time and energy so that you can focus on what truly matters. It could also be like that you're feeling pressure from external sources. Like, maybe people are expecting you to be a certain way or to do certain things. Maybe they're not fully supporting your new journey. Maybe they're even trying to sabotage it. It's so common, honestly, you know? Like they're putting all these expectations and demands on you, and you're feeling like you have to live up to them. You're feeling like you have to carry their burdens too. But you don't. You don't. This card is really asking you to take a good, hard look at what you're carrying. What burdens are you holding onto that are no longer serving you? What responsibilities can you delegate or release? What expectations can you let go of? And how can you create more space for yourself to breathe and to thrive? Seriously. Think back to that Ten of Swords. That was all about endings, right? About releasing what no longer serves you. But maybe you didn't fully release everything. Maybe there are still some loose ends that you need to tie up. Maybe there are still some lingering feelings of guilt or obligation that you need to address. The Ten of Wands is showing that those loose ends are still weighing you down. They're preventing you from fully embracing the new beginning that the Page of Pentacles represents. So, like, what can you do about it? Well, first of all, you need to identify what those burdens are. What are you carrying around that's making you feel so heavy? Be honest with yourself. Don't try to minimize or dismiss your feelings. Acknowledge that you're feeling overwhelmed and that you need to make a change. Write it down, even. Make a list of all the things that are weighing you down. And then, one by one, start figuring out how you can release them. Can you delegate some of your responsibilities to someone else? Can you ask for help from a friend or family member? Can you hire someone to take care of some of the tasks that are taking up your time and energy? There are always options. You just need to be willing to explore them. And if you can't delegate or release those responsibilities, can you at least reframe them? Can you find a way to look at them in a more positive light? Can you find some meaning or purpose in them? Sometimes just changing your perspective can make a huge difference. Like, maybe you're taking care of an elderly parent. That can be incredibly demanding and exhausting. But it can also be an opportunity to connect with your parent on a deeper level, to learn from their wisdom, and to create lasting memories. It's all about the perspective, truly. Or maybe you're working a job that you don't love, but it's paying the bills and providing you with security. Instead of focusing on the negative aspects of the job, can you focus on the positive ones? Can you appreciate the stability it provides? Can you use it as a stepping stone to something better? The Ten of Wands is also a reminder to prioritize self-care. When you're feeling overwhelmed, it's easy to let self-care fall by the wayside. You start skipping workouts, you start eating unhealthy food, you stop spending time with friends and family. But that's the worst thing you can do. Because self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's what keeps you grounded, balanced, and energized. Make sure you're taking time for yourself every day. Even if it's just for a few minutes. Meditate, take a walk in nature, read a book, listen to music, take a bath, do something that brings you joy. And don't feel guilty about it. You deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. Remember what we were saying with the Queen of Pentacles and filling your cup. And don't be afraid to ask for help. You don't have to do it all alone. There are people who love you and support you and want to see you thrive. Let them in. Let them help you carry the load. You really don't have to go through this alone, you know? This Ten of Wands is also showing that you might be afraid of failing. You're so determined to succeed in this new journey that you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. You're afraid of making mistakes. You're afraid of disappointing others. You're afraid of not living up to your own expectations. But failure is a natural part of the learning process. Everyone makes mistakes. It's how we learn and grow. Don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself permission to fail. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Give yourself permission to be human. It's all about being willing to embrace the messiness of life, to accept that things aren't always going to go according to plan, to trust that you have the strength and resilience to overcome any challenges that come your way, and to remember that you're not alone. Your spirit guides are with you every step of the way. And that agate pyramid is there to help you transform those burdens into blessings. You know, it's interesting. This card also makes me think about that unearthing hidden potential theme of your reading. Maybe the potential isn't about starting something completely new, but about transforming your relationship to responsibility and burden itself. Maybe the hidden potential is in learning how to carry things with grace, with strength, with joy, even when they're heavy. Because you are strong. You really, really are. So, yeah, the Ten of Wands. It's not the easiest card to see, especially after all that excitement about new beginnings, but it's a really important message. It's a reminder to be mindful of your limits, to prioritize self-care, and to ask for help when you need it. And it's a challenge to release the burdens that are no longer serving you. So think about that. What burdens are you ready to release? What are you willing to let go of in order to fully embrace this new chapter? Think about that, because we still have 2 more cards to pull, and I have a feeling they are going to bring some serious clarity. Okay, wow, okay, after that 10 of Wands, things felt heavy, but now we pull the 7 of Swords. Ooh, this is interesting. This is like sneaky energy. This is like, what are you trying to get away with? You know, seriously, what is this? So, like the 7 of Swords, it's always a little bit shifty. Someone's sneaking off with some swords, right? They're like grabbing what they can and making a run for it. So the first thing I think is like, what are you trying to get away with here? What are you trying to sneak away from? Or maybe like, who are you trying to outsmart? You know, this could be about a situation where you feel like you have to be a little bit underhanded to get what you want. Like maybe you don't feel like you can be totally honest or upfront, so you're trying to like finesse things a little bit. Which, I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? But it's important to be aware of the energy here. Is this really the best way to handle things? Are you going to end up causing more problems for yourself down the road? Or is this a necessary, like, strategic move? Like you're reclaiming something that's rightfully yours? You know, sometimes you have to play the game to win the game. But just be careful, because this card can also indicate that you might be deceiving yourself in some way. Yeah, like, are you really being honest with yourself about your motivations? Are you really being realistic about the consequences of your actions? Or are you just trying to, like, justify something that you know is not really the right thing to do? It's so easy to convince yourself that you're doing something for the right reasons, even when you're not. You know, like, we all do it. We're all human. But the 7 of Swords is asking you to take a really honest look at yourself and to make sure that you're not just trying to pull the wool over your own eyes. Think back to that Queen of Pentacles and that grounded energy. Are you acting in alignment with your values? Or are you straying from your path? Are you trying to take a shortcut? And thinking about that 10 of Wands, is this sneakiness related to those burdens? Are you trying to avoid responsibility, perhaps? And how does this relate to the Page of Pentacles' new beginning? Are you starting this new chapter with some baggage? I mean, it sounds like you might be. This is all connected, right? Okay, so then there's the other side of the coin. Are you being deceived? Is someone else trying to pull a fast one on you? Are you missing something important? Like, are you not seeing the full picture? Because this card can also indicate that someone is being sneaky or dishonest with you. Maybe they're hiding something from you, or maybe they're trying to manipulate you in some way. So you need to be extra careful and pay attention to the red flags, okay? Trust your intuition. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore those gut feelings, okay? They're there for a reason. And don't be afraid to ask questions and to dig a little deeper. The truth will eventually come out, okay? You just need to be patient and persistent. And remember that you have the power to protect yourself. You don't have to be a victim. You can stand up for yourself and you can say no. You can set boundaries and you can walk away from situations that don't feel right. And if someone is being dishonest with you, you have the right to call them out on it. You don't have to tolerate that kind of behavior. You deserve to be treated with respect and honesty. I really think that's important to remember right now. You deserve it. Okay, so, where are you being sneaky, right? Where in your life are you, not being fully authentic or transparent? Are you being sneaky at work? Are you taking credit for other people's ideas? Are you gossiping behind their backs? Are you trying to climb the ladder by stepping on other people? That's not a good look, okay? It's not going to get you where you want to go in the long run. Or are you being sneaky in your relationships? Are you hiding things from your partner? Are you being emotionally dishonest? Are you saying one thing but doing another? That's also not a good look. It's going to erode trust and it's going to damage your relationships. Honesty is always the best policy, even when it's hard. Even when it's uncomfortable. Even when it means having to admit that you were wrong. Because being honest builds trust, and trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship. And remember that Queen of Pentacles stability. Sneakiness undermines that. And after that 10 of Swords ending, you want to build on the Page of Pentacles with integrity, right? No sneaky stuff allowed. Also, if you are being sneaky to avoid responsibility, you need to really think about that 10 of Wands energy. Okay, so is this about reclaiming something that was yours, right? Sometimes the 7 of Swords can represent a situation where you feel like you've been wronged in some way. Someone has taken something from you that was rightfully yours. Maybe it's a material possession, or maybe it's an opportunity, or maybe it's just your sense of self-worth. And you feel like you have to be a little bit sneaky to get it back. You feel like you can't just ask for it back, because the other person is not going to be willing to give it to you. So you have to, strategize. You have to, find a way to reclaim what's yours without causing a big confrontation. Which, again, sometimes that's what you have to do. Sometimes you have to be resourceful and clever to get what you deserve. But it's important to be clear about your intentions. Are you really trying to reclaim something that was yours? Or are you just trying to justify taking something that doesn't belong to you? There's a big difference. And it's important to be honest with yourself about that difference. Because if you're just trying to justify taking something that doesn't belong to you, you're going to end up feeling guilty and ashamed. And that's not going to help you in the long run. But if you're truly reclaiming something that was yours, then you can do it with a clear conscience. You can do it with confidence. You can do it with integrity. Remember that Agate pyramid transformation energy. Use it to transform the situation. Okay, so who are you stealing energy from, right? Are you surrounding yourself with energy vampires? Are you letting people drain your energy? Are you giving too much of yourself to others without getting anything in return? The 7 of Swords can sometimes indicate that you're in a situation where you're constantly being taken advantage of. People are always asking you for favors. People are always needing your help. People are always wanting your attention. And you're giving and giving and giving, but you're not getting anything back. You're feeling depleted and exhausted. You're feeling like you have nothing left to give, and that's not sustainable. You can't keep pouring from an empty cup. You need to protect your energy. You need to set boundaries. You need to say no to people who are draining you. You need to surround yourself with people who uplift you and support you and appreciate you. You need to prioritize your own well-being. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of anyone else. Remember that Queen of Pentacles nurturing energy. You need to nurture yourself first. And think about that 10 of Wands energy. Are you carrying other people's burdens? Are you letting them steal your energy? It's time to cut those cords, okay? It's time to reclaim your power. Okay, so finally, is this about necessary compromise? Sometimes the 7 of Swords can represent a situation where you have to compromise. You can't get everything you want. You have to be willing to give up something in order to get something else. And that can be frustrating. It can be disappointing. But it's also a reality of life. You can't always have your way. You have to be willing to negotiate. You have to be willing to find common ground. You have to be willing to meet people halfway. Because if you're not willing to compromise, you're going to end up in a lot of conflicts. You're going to end up alienating people. You're going to end up getting nowhere. But it's important to be smart about your compromises. Don't compromise your values. Don't compromise your integrity. Don't compromise your self-respect. Know your limits. Know what you're willing to give up and what you're not willing to give up. And be prepared to walk away if the other person is not willing to meet you halfway. Because sometimes the best compromise is no compromise at all. Sometimes you have to be willing to stand your ground and to say no. Even if it's hard. Even if it means disappointing someone else. Because you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your values. You have to protect your integrity. And you have to remember that you deserve to be treated with respect. Especially as you are stepping into this Page of Pentacles energy. So, yeah, the Seven of Swords. It's a tricky card. It's not always easy to interpret. But it's always a reminder to be honest with yourself, to be careful who you trust, and to be smart about your choices. It's about knowing when to be sneaky and when to be straightforward. It's about knowing when to compromise and when to stand your ground. It's about navigating the complexities of life with wisdom and discernment. And it's about using that agate pyramid energy to transform even the trickiest situations into opportunities for growth and learning. So, think about that. What's really going on here? Are you being sneaky? Are you being deceived? Or are you just trying to reclaim what's yours? What's the real story? Because we still have one more card to pull, and I have a feeling that it's going to bring some serious clarity to this whole situation. It will really help you understand where you're at and where you're going. Okay, wow, so after all that sneakiness with the Seven of Swords, what's really going on? Are you being sneaky? Are you being deceived? Or are you just trying to reclaim what's yours? What's the real story? And could that sneakiness be tied to something deeper, something darker? Bam, we pull the Devil. Whoa, okay, this just got real. Like real, deep breath. Okay, so the Devil, this card has a bad rep, right? People see it and they immediately think, oh no, this is about evil and temptation and all that bad stuff. And yeah, it can be about that, but it's also about so much more. It's about the things that hold us back, the chains that bind us, the patterns that keep us stuck. The Devil is about recognizing those forces in our lives and finding the power to break free. This card, is all about those hidden aspects of ourselves that we try to ignore. Think back to that Queen of Pentacles, all that stability and security. The Devil can show where that comfort turned into a trap, that Ten of Swords ending. Maybe you didn't fully let go of what was holding you back. That Page of Pentacles energy, that new beginning. Are you starting it with chains attached? And that Ten of Wands, all those burdens? The Devil can show where those burdens became addictions. Seriously, the Devil is about the shadow self, right? It is about those parts of ourselves that we don't want to acknowledge, those desires and impulses that we try to suppress. It's about our fears, our insecurities, our limiting beliefs. It's all that stuff that we keep hidden in the dark because we're afraid of what will happen if we bring it into the light. And because you're afraid of what will happen. It is about facing those things about yourself that you don't really like. It is about really seeing them and not judging them. You know, the thing is, those shadows don't just disappear because we ignore them. They actually gain power. They start to control us from the unconscious. And that's what the Devil is all about, being controlled by those hidden forces. It is being bound and chained to the ways you're trying to avoid. What limiting beliefs are running the show here? What are you telling yourself that's keeping you stuck? Are you telling yourself that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy of love or success? Are you telling yourself that you can't change, that you're doomed to repeat the same mistakes over and over again? Those beliefs are like chains, holding you back from your full potential. And the thing about these chains is that we often don't even realize they're there. We've been carrying them around for so long that they just feel normal. They feel like a part of who we are. And that's what makes them so dangerous. Because if you don't know you're wearing chains, you're never going to try to break free. Seriously, these limiting beliefs are the chains that the devil uses to bind you. They are the self-imposed prisons that keep you from stepping into your true power, from unearthing your hidden potential. And those beliefs can manifest as addictions, right? This card often shows up when someone is struggling with addiction, whether it's to substances or behaviors or even relationships. It's about anything that you use to numb yourself, to escape from your feelings, to avoid dealing with your problems. It's that thing that you turn to when you're feeling stressed or anxious or sad or lonely. It is turning to something outside of yourself. It can be a physical addiction, like alcohol or drugs, or it can be a behavioral addiction, like gambling or sex or shopping. Or it can even be an emotional addiction, like needing constant validation from others or being addicted to drama. This card asks, what are you running from? This card asks, what are you trying to numb? This card begs, can you sit with the discomfort? Addiction is a way of trying to fill that void, to feel complete, to feel loved. But it never works, right? It only creates more emptiness, more pain, more isolation. It's a vicious cycle. The devil is also about compulsion. It's about feeling like you have to do something, even though you know it's not good for you. It's about being driven by an urge that you can't control. It's about feeling trapped in a pattern of behavior that you can't seem to break. This is different from addiction, though. Compulsion is about needing to do the thing. Think of it like a loop in your brain telling you that you have to do the thing in order to feel okay. And the more you do it, the stronger that loop gets. It can be something seemingly harmless, like constantly checking your phone or needing to have everything perfectly organized. Or it can be something more serious, like compulsive lying or stealing or self-harm. The key is that it's something you feel like you have to do, even if it's causing you harm. Seriously, it's like you're possessed by this urge. You know it's not good for you, but you can't stop yourself from doing it. You are not in control anymore. Okay, so that's the bad news. But here's the good news. The devil is not a life sentence. You can break free from these chains. You have the power to transform your life. But it's not going to be easy. It's going to require courage, honesty, and a willingness to face your shadows. This card is really asking, what are you willing to do to be free? It begins with awareness, right? You can't break free from chains that you don't even know you're wearing. So the first step is to become aware of your limiting beliefs, your addictions, your compulsions. What are the patterns that are holding you back? What are the things you're using to numb yourself? What are the urges that are driving your behavior? Start paying attention to your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. Start noticing when you're falling into those old patterns. Write it down, even. Keep a journal. Track your triggers. The more aware you become, the more power you have to make different choices. It's that agate pyramid energy coming into play. Then it is about self-compassion, right? This is not about beating yourself up for your flaws and imperfections. It's about accepting yourself with all your shadows and all your light. You are human. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to have moments of weakness. That's okay. Don't judge yourself. Don't shame yourself. Just acknowledge what's happening and offer yourself some compassion. Talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend who's struggling. Be kind. Be gentle. Be supportive. Because the more you love and accept yourself, the easier it will be to break free from those chains. Seriously, that self-love is so important. And think about it. When you show yourself compassion and empathy, you are much less likely to get trapped in cycles of addiction. It is so much easier to not fall down when you know you have a soft place to land. This card is also about taking responsibility, right? It's about owning your choices and your actions. It's about recognizing that you are not a victim. You have the power to change your life. It's not about blaming others or making excuses. It's about saying, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I've done. And now I'm going to take responsibility for creating a different future. It can be scary to take responsibility because it means admitting that you're not perfect. It means admitting that you've made mistakes. But it's also incredibly empowering. Because once you take responsibility, you realize that you're not stuck. You have the power to make different choices. You have the power to create a better life for yourself. You have the power to break those chains. But you have to decide that you're ready to take that power. And it's about seeking support too, right? You don't have to do this alone. There are people who love you and support you and want to see you thrive. Let them in. Let them help you carry the load. Talk to a therapist. Join a support group. Connect with people who understand what you're going through. Because it's so much easier to break free from those chains when you have people by your side. It can be so hard to ask for help, I know, but it's a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you're willing to do whatever it takes to get better. And it shows that you trust the people in your life to support you. You are worth it. You deserve to be happy and healthy. It can be a weight lifted to ask for help. This relates back to that Queen of Pentacles, doesn't it? Who are your supports? Think about your resources. Okay, so, how do you actually break free, right? What does that look like in practice? Well, it's going to be different for everyone. But here are a few ideas. Start by challenging those limiting beliefs. Whenever you notice yourself thinking something negative about yourself, stop and question it. Is it really true? Is there any evidence to support it? Or is it just a story that you've been telling yourself for years? Replace those negative thoughts with positive ones. Affirm your worth. Believe in your potential. Tell yourself that you are capable of achieving your goals. The more you challenge those limiting beliefs, the weaker they will become. And it takes practice, of course. It is something you will have to work at, because the old thought patterns have such deep grooves in your brain. But with time, you'll start to see a shift. Because the devil is also about the energy you put towards what chains you. Focus that energy instead on what frees you. Then practice self-care, right? Take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. Eat healthy food. Get enough sleep. Exercise regularly. Meditate. Spend time in nature. Do things that bring you joy. When you're feeling good, it's easier to resist those urges and to make healthy choices. The Queen of Pentacles would be so proud. And the better you take care of yourself, the stronger you'll become. And it all ties together, doesn't it? When you're caring for yourself, you have more energy, more motivation, and more conviction to face what chains you. And set boundaries, right? Say no to things that drain your energy or compromise your values. Surround yourself with people who uplift you and support you. Protect your time and your energy. It's okay to put yourself first. It's not selfish. It's necessary. You can't pour from an empty cup. Think back to that 10 of Wands. What burdens can you release? It is about creating a space where you feel safe and supported. This relates back to the sneaky 7 of Swords. Who are you letting steal your energy? Create healthy boundaries so that you can reclaim your power. The key is to take it one step at a time, right? Don't try to change everything overnight. Start with one small thing and build from there. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate your progress, because breaking free from those chains is a journey, not a destination. There are going to be ups and downs. There are going to be setbacks. That's okay. Just keep moving forward. Keep learning. Keep growing. And trust that you will eventually reach your destination. And remember that agate pyramid, right? This whole reading is about unearthing your hidden potential, and that crystal is there to help you transform. The devil might seem scary, but it's also an opportunity. It's an invitation to face your shadows, to break free from your chains, and to step into your true power. What hidden potential is waiting to be unleashed when you break these chains? This card is asking you to be fearless and authentic. It is asking you to step into your power. Use that transformative energy to break free from those chains. Because you have the power within you to create a life of freedom, joy, and fulfillment. The devil is strong, yes, but you are stronger. So, yeah, the devil. Intense, right? But also, empowering. It's a call to action. It's time to get real with yourself. It's time to face your shadows. It's time to break free from those chains. But how? What's the next step? What do your spirit guides want you to focus on now? We still have one more card to pull, and I'm so excited to see what it is. This next card will really help you understand how to step into your power and unearth that hidden potential that we talked about at the start. Okay, here we go. Okay, wow, so after all of that intensity with the devil and facing your shadows, what's next? How do you move forward? What's the light at the end of the tunnel? Well, here it is because we just pulled the star. Ah, that's so beautiful. I literally just got chills. Like, after all that darkness, the star is like a beacon of hope, you know? It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always light. There is always hope. There is always healing. Seriously. The star is all about hope, faith, inspiration, and renewal. It's about trusting in the universe, even when things seem bleak. It's about believing in yourself, even when you're feeling lost and broken. It's about knowing that you are loved and supported, even when you feel alone. You are never alone. And it is such a gentle reminder that you are not your mistakes. You are not your shadows. You are not your addictions or compulsions. You are so much more than that. You are a being of light and love, and you have the power to heal and transform your life. Think back to the devil and all those chains that were holding you back. The star is about breaking those chains and stepping into your true potential. It's about unearthing those hidden abilities that we talked about at the beginning of this reading. It's about stepping into your power and shining your light. You are meant to shine. I really feel that. This card is all about trusting the process, even when you don't understand it. It's about knowing that everything is happening for a reason, even when it's painful. It's about having faith that the universe has a plan for you, even when you can't see it. The star is all about surrendering to the flow of life and allowing yourself to be guided by your intuition. Trust yourself. So, how does this connect to everything else we've seen so far? Well, think back to that Queen of Pentacles, all that stability and security. The star is about finding that same sense of peace and contentment within yourself, regardless of your external circumstances. It's about knowing that you are enough, even if you don't have everything figured out. You are enough. And remember that 10 of Swords ending. The star is about healing from that pain and trauma. It's about releasing the past and embracing the future. It's about knowing that you are stronger than you think. You got through that, didn't you? Seriously. And that Page of Pentacles energy, that new beginning. The star is about infusing that new journey with hope and inspiration. It's about believing that you can create something amazing in your life. It's about having faith in yourself and your abilities. So don't let those doubts creep in. You've got this. And then there was that 10 of Wands, all those burdens you were carrying. The star is about releasing those burdens and allowing yourself to be supported. It's about knowing that you don't have to do it all alone. It's about asking for help when you need it. You deserve that help. Remember that self-care. And that sneaky 7 of Swords energy. The star is about being honest with yourself and others. It's about living with integrity and authenticity. It's about trusting that the universe will provide for you, even if you don't have to be sneaky to get what you want. No more sneakiness. Be real, be you. And finally, the devil, all those chains and shadows. The star is about breaking free from those limitations and stepping into your true potential. It's about embracing your light and shining it brightly for the world to see. It's about knowing that you are worthy of love, happiness, and success. You are so worthy. So, what does the star actually mean for you right now? Well, I feel like it's a message of hope and encouragement. Your spirit guides are telling you that you're on the right path. You've been through a lot, but you're finally starting to heal and to see the light. You are not alone. You're not stuck. You're not broken. You are a beautiful, powerful being, and you have the ability to create an amazing life for yourself. I really feel that. This card is also about inspiration. It's about connecting to your creativity and your passion. What are you passionate about? What makes your heart sing? What do you love to do? The star is encouraging you to pursue those things, to express yourself creatively, to share your gifts with the world, because you have something special to offer. Don't hide it. Share it. You have unique gifts. Seriously, this could also be about healing, right? The star is a powerful symbol of healing and renewal. If you've been struggling with physical, emotional, or spiritual pain, this card is a sign that you're on the path to recovery. It's about allowing yourself to heal, to release the past, to forgive yourself and others, to let go of resentment and anger, to embrace love and compassion. I really feel like you're healing. The Agate pyramid is helping. But how, right? How do you actually do all of this? How do you embrace hope, find inspiration, and heal your wounds? Well, here are a few ideas. First, practice gratitude. Every day, take some time to focus on the things you're grateful for. It could be something big, like your health or your family, or it could be something small, like a beautiful sunset or a good cup of coffee. The more you focus on gratitude, the more you'll attract positive things into your life. Gratitude is like a magnet. Then, connect with nature. Spend time outdoors. Go for a walk in the park. Sit by the ocean. Look at the stars. Nature has a powerful healing effect. It can calm your mind, soothe your soul, and connect you to something bigger than yourself. Remember that Page of Pentacles connection to nature. Also, express yourself creatively. Write, paint, sing, dance, play music, whatever feels good to you. Creativity is a powerful way to release your emotions, connect to your intuition, and express your true self. It doesn't matter if you're good at it or not, just have fun. And remember those unique gifts. Now is the time to unleash them. Don't hold back. Meditate. Take some time each day to quiet your mind and connect with your inner self. Meditation can help you to reduce stress, improve your focus, and cultivate a sense of peace and calm. There are so many different ways to meditate. Find one that works for you. Practice self-care. Take care of your body, mind, and spirit. Eat healthy food, get enough sleep, exercise regularly, and do things that bring you joy. Self-care is not selfish. It's essential for your well-being. Remember, you are worthy of love and care. Seek support. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Talk to a therapist, join a support group, or connect with friends and family who understand what you're going through. You don't have to do it all alone. You are not alone. Believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. Know that you are capable of achieving your goals. You are stronger than you think. You are more powerful than you realize. You are a beautiful, amazing being, and you have the power to create an incredible life for yourself. Seriously, I truly believe that. So, what's the next step, right? You faced your shadows, you're starting to heal, and you're feeling more hopeful and inspired. But what do you do with all of this? How do you actually translate this energy into action? Well, that's what we're going to find out with the next card, because that is what will really clarify the path forward. So let's pull our final card and really dial in this amazing transformation. Okay, so after all of that, after that Queen of Pentacles, feeling secure but maybe a little stuck, then that Ten of Swords ending, which was so painful but so necessary, then that Page of Pentacles new beginning, feeling excited but also maybe a little bit overwhelmed, and then that Ten of Wands, all those burdens you were carrying, and then that Seven of Swords, all that sneakiness and deception. And then the Devil, all those chains and shadows. But then finally, that Star, all that hope and healing. After all of that, wow, we have arrived at the Two of Wands, which is really about charting your course forward. It's about looking out at the world and saying, okay, what's next? What do I want to create? And I'm so excited for you. So the Two of Wands, if you look at it, it's all about choices, right? It's about decisions, and it's about planning for the future. It's about you've got these two wands and you're holding this globe and you're looking out at the world and you're saying, okay, what's possible? What do I want to do with my life? Where do I want to go? It's like you're standing at a crossroads and you have to decide which path to take. But here's the thing, it's not just about making a decision, it's about taking action too. It's about putting your plans into motion. It's about you've got this vision in your head and now you have to figure out how to make it a reality. It's all about planning and execution. But first, it's about looking at your options, right? It's about taking stock of your resources, your skills, your talents, and your opportunities. It's about what do you have to work with? What are you good at? What are you passionate about? What are the possibilities that are open to you? And then it's about making a decision, right? It's about choosing which path you want to take. It's about setting a goal and committing to it. It's about what do you really want? What's your vision for your future? What are you willing to work for? And then it's about planning, right? It's about figuring out how to get from where you are now to where you want to be. It's about what are the steps you need to take? What are the obstacles you need to overcome? What resources do you need to acquire? How are you going to make it happen? And then it's about action, right? It's about putting your plans into motion. It's about taking those first steps. It's about what are you going to do today to move closer to your goal? What are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do next week? It's about consistency. It's about showing up every day and putting in the work. Because that agate pyramid is going to help you transform, but only if you're actively using that transformative energy. It's all about taking ownership of your life and creating the future you want. No one else is going to do it for you. You have to take the initiative. You have to make the choices. You have to put in the work. But you can do it. I know you can. And it's about recognizing your power, right? It's about knowing that you have the ability to create your own reality. You're not a victim of circumstance. You're not stuck in a rut. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to create something amazing. You just have to believe in yourself. You just have to take action. And it's also about stepping into your authority, right? It's about owning your expertise and your experience. It's about sharing your knowledge with others. It's about, what do you know that other people need to know? What can you teach them? How can you help them? It's about being a leader, a mentor, a guide. It's about inspiring others to step into their own power. And it's about expanding your horizons, right? It's about exploring new territories, both literally and figuratively. It's about, what's out there in the world that you haven't seen yet. What new experiences are waiting for you? What new cultures can you explore? What new skills can you learn? It's about being open to new possibilities and embracing the unknown. So, how does this connect to everything else we've seen in this reading? Well, think back to that Queen of Pentacles. All that stability and security. The Two of Wands is about taking that foundation and building something even bigger and better on top of it. It's about using your resources and your skills to create something that's truly meaningful and fulfilling. It's about, what's the next level for you? How can you expand your influence and your impact? Also, remember that Ten of Swords ending. The Two of Wands is about using that experience to inform your choices and your decisions. It's about learning from your mistakes and moving forward with wisdom and clarity. It's about, what did you learn from that experience? How can you use that knowledge to create a better future for yourself? And then there was that Page of Pentacles energy, that new beginning. The Two of Wands is about taking that enthusiasm and that excitement and channeling it into a concrete plan. It's about setting realistic goals and taking consistent action towards them. It's about, how can you turn that inspiration into something tangible? What steps can you take to make your dreams a reality? And think about that Ten of Wands, all those burdens you were carrying. The Two of Wands is about delegating those responsibilities and focusing on your priorities. It's about, what can you let go of? What can you outsource? What can you eliminate from your life so that you can focus on what's truly important? And then there was that sneaky Seven of Swords energy. The Two of Wands is about being honest and transparent in your dealings with others. It's about building trust and creating strong relationships. It's about, how can you be more authentic and genuine in your interactions? How can you build bridges instead of walls? So important. And of course, the Devil, all those chains and shadows. The Two of Wands is about breaking free from those limitations and stepping into your true potential. It's about believing in yourself and your abilities. It's about, what are you capable of? What can you achieve if you set your mind to it? And then the Star, that beautiful hope. The Two of Wands is really the next step in this journey. It is how you take that healing and that renewed energy and channel it into something tangible. The Two of Wands is about planning, and it is about actively making choices that are aligned with your highest self. So, what does this all mean for you right now? Well, I feel like it's a message of empowerment and encouragement. Your spirit guides are telling you that you have everything you need to create the life you want. You have the skills, the talents, the resources, and the opportunities. You just have to take action. You have to make the choices. You have to put in the work. But you can do it. I know you can. I truly, truly do. This card is also about leadership and influence. It's about using your power to make a positive impact on the world. It's about, how can you use your skills and your talents to help others? How can you make a difference in your community? How can you contribute to something bigger than yourself? So important. So here's some guidance, right? What are your next steps? What should you be focusing on right now? Well, first, clarify your vision. Take some time to think about what you really want. What's your ideal life? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to experience? Be as specific as possible. Write it down. Create a vision board. Get clear on what you want. Second, set some goals. Once you know what you want, break it down into smaller, more manageable goals. What are the steps you need to take to get there? What can you do today to move closer to your vision? Set realistic goals and create a timeline for achieving them. Third, create a plan. How are you going to achieve your goals? What resources do you need? What obstacles do you need to overcome? What support do you need? Create a detailed plan that outlines the steps you need to take. Fourth, take action. Don't just sit around and wait for things to happen. Take action. Start working towards your goals. Do something every day, even if it's just a small step. The more you take action, the more momentum you'll build. Fifth, build your network. Connect with people who can support you and help you achieve your goals. Join a mastermind group. Attend industry events. Reach out to mentors and advisors. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and your vision. Sixth, embrace challenges. Don't be afraid of obstacles. See them as opportunities for growth. When you encounter a challenge, don't give up. Instead, find a way to overcome it. Learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. And really trust your intuition. Listen to your inner voice. Your intuition is your guide. It will lead you in the right direction. Trust your gut feelings and follow your heart, especially after facing those shadows with the devil. And I think most importantly, believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. Know that you are capable of achieving your goals. You are stronger than you think. You are more powerful than you realize. You are a beautiful, amazing being, and you have the power to create an incredible life for yourself. And you have the power to use that agate pyramid to transform into exactly who you need to be. So, go out there and do it, okay? Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to fail, just go for it. You've got this. I know you do. I really, really do. Okay, so with the Jasper Tower, we're talking serious grounding, right? This is all about anchoring to your inner wisdom, and that's so important because your spirit guides are trying to give you the stability and clarity you need to make really good, grounded decisions. So let's dive into these cards. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Okay, so the first card we have here is the Four of Cups. Okay, so the Four of Cups, right off the bat, this gives me the vibe of feeling a little blah. You know, maybe a little apathetic, like things are being offered to you, but you're just not really feeling it. There's this sense of missed opportunities, but not necessarily because they're not good opportunities, but more because you're just kind of in your head about things, maybe a little stuck in your own thoughts. You're so focused on what's not working, or what you think isn't working, that you're totally missing what's right in front of you. You know what I mean? It's imagine someone offering you, your favorite coffee, but you're too busy staring at your phone to even notice. You're just completely oblivious. And that's the Four of Cups energy. And this can show up in so many different ways, right? It could be in your relationships, where someone's trying to show you affection or trying to connect with you, but you're just not receptive. You're putting up walls or just not really engaging. Or it could be in your career, where there are opportunities for growth or advancement, but you're too focused on the day-to-day grind to even see them. You're just kind of going through the motions, not really paying attention. And you know what? Sometimes that's okay. Sometimes you just need to chill for a second. But the thing is, with the Jasper energy here, it's saying it's time to be a little more grounded, a little more present. It's hey, wake up. There are good things happening around you if you just open your eyes. So it's really about checking in with yourself and asking, okay, where am I feeling apathetic? Where am I feeling like I'm just not really engaging with life? And then, what can I do to shift that energy? Because the thing is, you have the power to change this. You're not stuck in this state forever. It's just a matter of recognizing it and then taking some action to move out of it. And remember, this pile is all about grounding. And grounding is so important. This card is a call to be present, to be open, and to be receptive to the opportunities that are coming your way. Even if they don't look exactly how you expected them to, or even if they're not exactly what you think you want, there's still value in exploring them, in seeing what they have to offer. Because you never know, right? You might be surprised. You might find something amazing that you never even knew you were looking for, but you gotta be open to it. You gotta be willing to step outside of your comfort zone and try something new. And sometimes that's scary. But it's also where the magic happens. Okay, so that's the Four of Cups. Now, let's move on to the next card. Ooh, this is getting interesting. Next up, we have the Page of Swords. Okay, so the Page of Swords, this is all about, new ideas, new perspectives, and clear communication. But with a bit of an edge, Swords are all about the mind, about intellect, about cutting through illusions. And the page is like the messenger, the one who's bringing you this new information. So this card is saying that you need to get clear on what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and then communicate that clearly to others. But also, be open to hearing new perspectives, because you might be missing something. This card often suggests that you need to cut through some confusion or mental clutter to see the situation clearly. It's like needing to declutter your mind before you can make a decision. Now, remember we had that Four of Cups, the one where you were maybe feeling a little apathetic, a little closed off. Well, the Page of Swords is like the antidote to that. It's saying, okay, snap out of it. It's time to get your head in the game. It's time to start thinking clearly and communicating effectively. This card is all about intellectual curiosity, about wanting to learn and understand. So, it's encouraging you to ask questions, to do your research, to gather all the information you can before making a decision. Don't just blindly accept what you're told. Do your own digging. Find out the truth for yourself. And this is even more important when you're dealing with other people, right? This could mean having a difficult conversation with someone, where you need to be really clear about your boundaries, about what you're willing to accept and what you're not. Or, it could mean standing up for yourself in a situation where you're feeling taken advantage of. The Page of Swords is not afraid to speak its mind. It's not afraid to challenge the status quo. But it does it with intelligence and with clarity. It's not just about being confrontational for the sake of being confrontational. It's about being assertive and standing up for what you believe in. Now this is where the grounding of the Jasper really comes into play, because you need to stay centered and balanced while having these conversations. The Jasper helps you speak your truth without losing your cool. And the Page of Swords can also represent a new idea or a new project that you're starting. Something that you're really excited about, something that you're passionate about. But you need to be careful not to get too caught up in the excitement and forget to do your research. Make sure you have all the facts before you dive in head first, because the Page of Swords can sometimes be a little impulsive. It's so eager to get started that it forgets to think things through. So, that's where the grounding energy comes in again. It helps you stay grounded and focused, even when you're feeling really excited. Okay, so that's the Page of Swords. Now let's move on to the final card. This is where things get really interesting. Finally, we have the Eight of Swords. Oof. Okay, so the Eight of Swords, this is a big one. This is all about feeling trapped, feeling restricted, feeling like you don't have any options, like you're backed into a corner. But here's the thing, the Eight of Swords is often about self-imposed limitations. You think you're trapped, but you're actually the one holding yourself back. You're the one creating the barriers. It's like you're in a prison, but the doors are unlocked. You just don't realize it. You're walking around with a blindfold on. This card often comes up when we're dealing with fear, with anxiety, with negative self-talk. We get so caught up in our own thoughts and beliefs that we convince ourselves that we're stuck, that we can't change anything, that we're powerless. But that's just not true. You have so much more power than you realize. You just need to recognize it and tap into it. Remember that Jasper tower, the grounding energy? This is where it's crucial. The Jasper helps you see the reality of the situation, not the story your mind is telling you. It brings you back to the present moment, where you can assess things clearly and make conscious choices. Think about it this way. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt completely overwhelmed, like you just couldn't cope? And then, when you finally took a step back and looked at it objectively, you realized that it wasn't as bad as you thought. That's the Eight of Swords energy. It's about exaggerating the situation, making it seem worse than it actually is. And this can show up in so many different ways, right? It could be in your career, where you're feeling like you're stuck in a dead-end job, but you're afraid to look for something new because you're afraid of failure. Or it could be in your relationships, where you're feeling trapped in a toxic situation, but you're afraid to leave because you're afraid of being alone. Or it could be in your personal life, where you're feeling like you're not good enough, like you're not worthy of love and happiness. You know, it's rough. The Eight of Swords is a call to break free from these limitations, to challenge your beliefs, to step outside of your comfort zone. It's saying, okay, enough is enough. It's time to take control of your life and create the reality that you want. And how do you do that? Well, first, you need to identify the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. What are you telling yourself that's keeping you stuck? What are you afraid of? Once you know what those beliefs are, you can start to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Is there any evidence to support this belief? Or am I just making it up? And this is where the Page of Swords comes back into play, right? You need to use your intellect, your critical thinking skills, to analyze your thoughts and beliefs. And then, you need to take action. You need to do something, anything, to start moving forward. Even if it's just a small step, it's still a step in the right direction. The important thing is to break the cycle of inaction, to stop feeling like a victim and start feeling like a creator. And the grounding energy of the Jasper Tower is so key here, because it helps you stay focused on the present moment, on what you can control. It helps you release the fear and anxiety that are holding you back. It helps you trust in your own power and your own ability to create a better future for yourself. Remember the Four of Cups, the need to be open to new opportunities. Well, breaking free from the Eight of Swords allows you to see those opportunities with fresh eyes. So yeah, the Eight of Swords can be a challenging card, but it's also a powerful one, because it's a reminder that you have the power to change your life. You have the power to break free from your limitations. You just need to believe in yourself and take action. Okay, so the next card we have is the Wheel of Fortune, which is, like, huge. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, right? This is all about, like, cycles, destiny, turning points. It's like, what goes up must come down, what goes around comes around, you know? It's the universe reminding you that nothing stays the same forever. And honestly, after that Eight of Swords, this is such good news. Because remember, with the Eight of Swords, there's that feeling of being trapped. Like you're stuck in this situation and there's no way out. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is like, hold on a second, change is coming. It's saying that the universe is in motion, things are shifting, and you're not going to be stuck in that place forever. This is such good news, I'm serious. It's like, imagine you're on a roller coaster, right? You're going up, 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 and you're feeling all that anticipation, maybe a little bit of fear, but you know that eventually you're gonna reach the top and then, whoosh, you're gonna come crashing down, but in a good way, in a thrilling way, and then you'll go up again. That's the Wheel of Fortune. It's the ups and downs of life, the constant ebb and flow. So whatever you're going through right now, good or bad, just know that it's not permanent. It's going to change. And this is especially important considering the Four of Cups, that feeling of apathy, like you're just not really engaging with life. Because the Wheel of Fortune is saying, hey, wake up, things are about to get interesting. It's like a cosmic nudge, telling you to get ready for something new. It's such a reminder that you can't just sit around waiting for things to happen. You have to be proactive, you have to be open to change, and you have to be willing to take a chance. Think about it, if you're stuck in that Four of Cups energy, feeling blah and unmotivated, the Wheel of Fortune can be a real wake-up call. It's like the universe is saying, okay, I'm going to throw some opportunities your way, but you have to be ready to catch them. You have to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone and try something new. Because if you're just sitting there, feeling apathetic, you're going to miss the ride. You're going to miss all the excitement and all the possibilities that are coming your way. I mean, isn't that like the ultimate motivator? Knowing that there's a chance for something amazing to happen, but you have to actually, like, participate. Now, the Wheel of Fortune isn't just about luck, though. It's not just about random chance. It's also about cause and effect. It's about the choices you make and how they impact your life. It's like karma, you know. What you put out into the world, you get back. So if you're putting out positive energy, if you're making good choices, if you're being kind and compassionate, then the wheel is more likely to turn in your favor. But if you're putting out negative energy, if you're making bad choices, if you're being selfish and unkind, then the wheel might not be so kind to you. And that's where the Page of Swords comes back into play. Because remember, the Page of Swords is all about clear communication and new ideas. It's about using your intellect to make informed decisions. So, when the Wheel of Fortune is turning, you need to be really clear about what you want and what you don't want. You need to be able to communicate your needs and desires effectively. And you need to be open to new information and new perspectives. Like, imagine you're at a crossroads, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is spinning, and it's pointing you in a certain direction. But you're not sure if that's the right direction for you. Well, the Page of Swords can help you figure it out. It can help you gather the information you need to make an informed decision. It can help you weigh the pros and cons of each option. And it can help you communicate your concerns and ask for advice from others. It's almost like the Page of Swords is helping you steer the wheel, just a little bit, to guide it in the direction you want it to go. But here's the thing, even with the Page of Swords clarity, you can't control the Wheel of Fortune completely. There are always going to be things that are outside of your control. There are always going to be unexpected twists and turns, and that's okay. That's part of the adventure. The key is to stay grounded and balanced no matter what happens. And that's where the Jasper Tower comes in. That grounding energy is so important. Because when the Wheel of Fortune is turning, it can be really easy to get swept away by the momentum. It can be easy to get caught up in the excitement or the fear. But if you're grounded, if you're connected to your inner wisdom, you'll be able to stay centered and balanced, no matter what's happening around you. You'll be able to ride the waves of change with grace and ease. The Jasper Tower helps you remember that you are strong, you are capable, and you can handle anything that comes your way. It's like being a surfer, right? You can't control the waves, but you can learn how to ride them. You can learn how to stay balanced on your board, even when the waves are crashing all around you. And that's what the Jasper Tower helps you do. It helps you become a master of your own destiny, a surfer of the cosmic waves. So with the Wheel of Fortune, it's really about embracing change, trusting the universe, and staying grounded in your own power. It's about knowing that you're not a victim of fate, you're a co-creator of your own reality. You have the power to influence the direction of the wheel, even if you can't control it completely. And the Jasper Tower, the Four of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Eight of Swords are all here to help you on that journey. It's like they're all working together to guide you towards a brighter future. Now, the Wheel of Fortune can also represent a period of good luck, right? Like things just seem to be falling into place, opportunities are coming your way, and everything is just flowing smoothly. And that's amazing. But it's important to remember that good luck doesn't last forever. The wheel is always turning, and eventually, things will shift again. So it's important to enjoy the good times while they last, but also to be prepared for the possibility of challenges ahead. And conversely, if you're going through a difficult time, the Wheel of Fortune is a reminder that this too shall pass. Things will get better. The wheel will turn, and eventually you'll come out on top. So don't give up hope. Keep believing in yourself, keep putting out positive energy, and keep working towards your goals. Because eventually, the universe will reward you for your efforts. It's like the saying, the darkest hour is always just before the dawn. The Wheel of Fortune reminds you that even when things seem their worst, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep moving forward, keep believing, and keep trusting that things will eventually turn around. So overall, the Wheel of Fortune is a really powerful card, and it's coming at such a perfect time in this reading. After seeing you feel stuck, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's a reminder that change is inevitable, that you have the power to influence your own destiny, and that you're not alone on this journey. The universe is supporting you, your spirit guides are guiding you, and you have all the tools you need to create a life that is full of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. I'm so excited to see what the next cards reveal about the specific nature of these changes. Like, What areas of your life are going to be most impacted? What opportunities are going to be coming your way? And what challenges might you face along the way? I'm just on the edge of my seat. Okay, let's pull another card. Okay, so Temperance, right? This is like, wow, okay. After all that, especially with the Wheel of Fortune like barreling in, telling us things are gonna change, we've got Temperance. It's like the universe is saying, okay, things are changing, B-U-T. Hold on a sec. Let's do this with some grace, some balance, some like actual harmony. You know. It's not just about things cha-cha-changing. It's about how you navigate those changes. Think of it this way, with the Wheel of Fortune spinning, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind, right? Like, you're either super excited about the good stuff coming or totally freaked out about the potential bad stuff. But Temperance is like that steady hand, that calm voice saying, okay, breathe. Let's find the middle ground here. It's that voice reminding you to not get too high or too low, to find equilibrium amidst the chaos. And honestly, after the Eight of Swords, this card is huge. Because remember that Eight of Swords feeling of being trapped, like there's no way out. Temperance is showing you that the way out isn't necessarily about, like, some dramatic escape or some crazy, overnight transformation. It's about finding inner peace, finding balance within yourself, even when things around you feel totally out of control. It's like, the prison isn't the bars around you, it's the imbalance within you, you know. It's like learning to dance in the storm. You can't stop the rain, you can't stop the wind, but you can learn to move with it, to find your footing, to find your rhythm. Temperance is all about that inner alchemy, about taking all the different parts of yourself, the good, the bad, the messy, and blending them together into something beautiful and whole. It's like you're not trying to get rid of the bad stuff, you're just learning how to integrate it, how to use it, how to find the lesson in it. Because everything has a lesson, right? And remember that Four of Cups, that feeling of apathy, of being disconnected. Temperance is like the antidote to that too. Because apathy often comes from feeling overwhelmed, like there's too much going on, like you can't handle it all. But Temperance is saying, hey, you don't have to handle it all at once. Take it one step at a time. Find a pace that works for you. Find a balance between action and rest, between giving and receiving. It's about not pushing yourself too hard, but also not letting yourself get stuck in that stagnant place. It's finding that sweet spot. And that Page of Swords, with all that clear communication and those new ideas. Temperance is helping you to communicate in a balanced way, to share your ideas without being too pushy or too aggressive. It's about finding the right words, the right tone, the right time to speak your truth. It's about being assertive but also compassionate, about listening to others and finding common ground. Like, using your words to create harmony, not to stir up conflict. It's so about, like, compromise and moderation. It's not about being perfect, it's about striving for balance. It's about recognizing that life is full of duality, of opposites, and that the key to happiness is finding a way to navigate those opposites with grace and ease. Like, there's light and there's dark, there's good and there's bad, there's action and there's rest. And you need all of those things. You can't just have one without the other. It's like yin and yang, you know. Your spirit guides are really nudging you towards this, by the way. They're showing you that you have the power to create a more balanced and harmonious life, no matter what's going on around you. They're reminding you that you are strong, you are capable, and you have all the resources you need to navigate these changes with grace and ease. They want you to trust yourself, to trust your intuition, and to trust that you are exactly where you need to be. And honestly, this card is a reminder that progress isn't always linear, right? It's not always a straight line from point A to point B. Sometimes you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Sometimes you feel like you're going in circles. But that's okay. That's part of the process. The important thing is to keep moving forward, to keep striving for balance, and to keep trusting that you're on the right path, even when you can't see the destination. So how do you actually do this? How do you embody temperance in your daily life? Well, first, it's about paying attention to your energy levels. Are you feeling drained and exhausted? Or are you feeling restless and agitated? If you're feeling drained, you need to take some time to rest and recharge. If you're feeling restless, You need to find a way to channel that energy into something productive. Maybe it's taking a walk in nature. Maybe it's doing some yoga or meditation. Maybe it's spending time with loved ones. Maybe it's doing something creative. Whatever it is, find something that helps you to feel balanced and centered. And then, make it a regular part of your routine. Don't just wait until you're feeling overwhelmed to take care of yourself. Make self-care a priority every single day. It's not selfish, it's essential. And it's also about setting boundaries, right? Learning to say no to things that drain your energy or that don't align with your values. It's about protecting your time and your energy so that you can focus on the things that truly matter to you. It's about being honest with yourself and with others about what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. And it's about doing it with kindness and compassion, but also with firmness and clarity. Like, think about your relationships. Are there any relationships in your life that are draining your energy? Are there any people who are constantly demanding your attention or who are always putting you down? If so, it might be time to set some boundaries. It might be time to limit your contact with those people, or it might be time to end those relationships altogether. It's not easy, but it's necessary. And it's also about finding a balance between work and play, between responsibility and relaxation. It's about not letting your work consume your life, but also not neglecting your responsibilities. It's about finding a way to enjoy your work, to find meaning and purpose in what you do, but also to remember that you are more than just your job. You are a whole person with a wide range of interests and passions. So make time for those interests and passions. Make time for the things that bring you joy. Make time for the things that make you feel alive. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's what keeps you going, what keeps you motivated, what keeps you feeling balanced and centered. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about finding that inner equilibrium, that inner harmony. Remember that Jasper tower, that grounding energy? This is where it really shines. Because finding balance isn't just some abstract concept, it's about being rooted in your body, in the present moment. The Jasper helps you to connect with the earth, to feel stable and secure, no matter what's going on around you. It helps you to stay grounded in your values, in your truth, in your own inner wisdom. It's like the world can be a crazy place, right? There's so much chaos, so much noise, so much distraction. But if you're grounded, if you're connected to your center, you can weather any storm. You can stay calm and focused, even when everything around you is falling apart. You can find peace in the midst of chaos. You can find balance in the midst of imbalance. The Jasper is really helping you to find that inner strength, that inner resilience. It's reminding you that you are capable of anything, that you can handle anything that comes your way. It's giving you the courage to face your fears, to challenge your limiting beliefs, and to step into your full potential. It is a powerful ally on this journey. So yeah, temperance is all about finding that sweet spot, that middle ground. It's about blending, about harmonizing, about creating a life that feels balanced and fulfilling. It's about trusting the process, trusting yourself, and trusting that the universe has your back. It's such a powerful reminder that even amidst all the chaos and change, you can find inner peace and stability. The message from your spirit guides is clear. It's time to embrace the dance of life and create a life that is truly aligned with your soul's purpose. You are absolutely ready for this. And you know what? I'm so excited to see what the next card reveals about how you're going to be putting this into action. Like, what specific area of your life is this balance going to show up in? What practical steps are you going to be taking? I'm just bursting with curiosity. Let's pull the final card and see what the universe has to say. Okay, so death. Whoa. Okay, so after all that talk about balance and change with the Wheel of Fortune and Temperance, we get death. Now, don't freak out, okay? This isn't about, like, actual physical death. Usually, death in tarot is all about transformation, endings, and new beginnings. I know it sounds cliché, but it's so true. It's like the universe is hitting the reset button on some area of your life, and it's going to be intense, but ultimately it's for the best. The Wheel of Fortune was already telling us that big changes are coming, right? Death is just like amplifying that message. It's saying, okay, buckle up. Things are about to get real. It's like, imagine a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. That caterpillar has to, completely dissolve into goo before it can become something new and beautiful. That's what death is about, dissolving the old to make way for the new. And I know that can be scary. It can be painful, but it's also incredibly liberating. It's like you're shedding all the things that no longer serve you, all the things that are holding you back, and you're emerging as a stronger, more authentic version of yourself. Think of it as a really intense spring cleaning for your soul. You're getting rid of all the clutter, all the baggage, all the stuff that's been weighing you down, and you're creating space for new energy, new opportunities, and new experiences to come into your life. It's such a powerful thing. The key is to not resist the change, to not cling to the old, but to embrace the transformation with open arms. And remember that Eight of Swords. That feeling of being trapped, of being restricted by your own self-imposed limitations. Well, death is like the ultimate liberator from that prison. It's saying, okay, those limitations, those fears, those negative beliefs, they're done. They're finished. It's time to let them go. Because the thing is, you can't move forward into this new chapter of your life if you're still carrying all that old baggage with you. It's like trying to run a race with ankle weights on. You're just going to be dragging yourself down. Death is giving you the opportunity to cut those cords, to break free from those chains, and to finally step into your power. It's about recognizing that you are the one who has been holding yourself back, and that you have the power to change that. You have the power to rewrite your story. You have the power to create a life that is truly aligned with your soul's purpose. But it starts with letting go of the past. It starts with releasing those old patterns of thinking and behaving that are no longer serving you. It's like you've been wearing the same outfit for way too long, and it's starting to feel uncomfortable and itchy. Death is saying, okay, time to take that outfit off. Time to try something new. Time to express yourself in a way that feels more authentic and more aligned with who you truly are. This is honestly so exciting. This card can feel a little scary, but I'm really feeling it. And what about that Four of Cups? That feeling of apathy, of disconnection, of just not really being engaged with life. Death is like a cosmic wake-up call. It's saying, okay, snap out of it. Time to get excited about life again. Time to embrace the unknown. Because the thing is, when you're going through a transformation, everything feels uncertain. Everything feels new. You don't know what's going to happen next. And that can be scary, but it can also be incredibly exhilarating. It's like you're standing on the edge of a cliff and you don't know what's down below. But you also know that if you don't jump, you're going to stay stuck in the same place forever. Death is encouraging you to take that leap of faith, to trust that the universe will catch you, and to embrace the adventure that lies ahead. It's like you've been living in a black and white world for way too long, and death is suddenly throwing a rainbow of colors into the mix. It's up to you to embrace those colors, to explore them, and to create something beautiful with them. It's time to step outside of your comfort zone and try new things, to meet new people, to explore new possibilities. It's like you've been playing it safe for way too long, and death is saying, okay, time to take some risks. Time to be bold. Time to live your life to the fullest. It's so awesome to see this evolution. Now, with the Page of Swords, we talked about clear communication, right? And that's going to be super important during this time of transformation. Because when you're going through big changes, it's crucial to be able to communicate your needs and your boundaries clearly to others. You need to be able to say, this is what I need right now. This is what I'm willing to do. And this is what I'm not willing to do. You need to be able to advocate for yourself and to protect your energy. This is a time where it might be really important to have some difficult conversations. Maybe you need to end a relationship that's no longer serving you. Maybe you need to set some boundaries with a family member who's been draining your energy. Maybe you need to ask for help from a friend or a therapist. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to speak your truth. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need. You deserve to be supported during this time of transition. And remember, communication isn't just about talking. It's also about listening. It's about being open to hearing other people's perspectives, even if you don't agree with them. It's about trying to understand where they're coming from. And it's about finding common ground so that you can navigate these changes together. It's like you're all in the same boat and you need to work together to steer it through the storm. The Page of Swords can really assist in making this transformation smooth and communicative. And finally, let's not forget about Temperance and that message of balance and harmony. Because even though death is a powerful force of change, it doesn't mean that everything has to fall apart. It doesn't mean that you have to lose control. It means quite the opposite. It means that you have the opportunity to create a new foundation, a new sense of stability, a new sense of purpose. But it starts with finding balance within yourself. It starts with connecting to your inner wisdom, your inner strength, your inner peace. And that's where the Jasper Tower comes in. That grounding energy is going to be so crucial during this time. Because when everything feels like it's falling apart, when you're facing the unknown, it's easy to get swept away by fear and anxiety. It's easy to lose your center. But the Jasper Tower is there to remind you that you are strong, you are capable, and you can handle anything that comes your way. It's there to help you stay grounded in the present moment, to connect with your breath, and to find peace in the midst of the storm. It's like you're a tree and death is the wind. The wind might shake you, it might bend you, it might even break a few branches. But if your roots are strong, if you're grounded in the earth, you'll be able to weather the storm and emerge even stronger than before. So, trust in your own power, trust in your own resilience, and trust that the universe has your back. And most importantly, stay grounded. Stay connected to that Jasper energy. Let it guide you through this transformation with grace and ease. Death can be a scary card, but it's also an incredibly powerful one. It's an opportunity to release the old, embrace the new, and step into your full potential. Your spirit guides are definitely showing you that with the right mindset and the right tools, you can navigate this transformation with confidence and create a life that is truly aligned with your soul's purpose. And oh my gosh, I am just so curious, like bursting with curiosity, to see what the final card reveals about what specific area of your life this death card is going to impact the most. Like, is it your career? Is it your relationships? Is it your personal life? I can't even imagine. Let's pull the final card and find out. Okay, so the Tower. Oh my gosh. Okay, so after all of that, Wheel of Fortune turning, Temperance trying to keep it all balanced, death bringing in this huge transformation. We get the Tower. I know it can look scary, right? Like lightning striking and everything falling apart. But trust me, it's not all bad. It's intense for sure, but it's also necessary. Think of it this way. The Tower is like the universe hitting the fast-forward button on that transformation that death was talking about. It's like, okay, we don't have time to gently ease you into this new phase. We gotta rip off the Band-Aid. And honestly, sometimes that's what you need, especially after that Eight of Swords feeling so trapped. The Tower is like, boom. The walls are coming down, baby. You're free. Even if it doesn't feel like freedom at first, it is. It's breaking down all those self-imposed limitations, all those stories you've been telling yourself that are keeping you stuck. Remember that, all that feeling like you couldn't cope. The Tower is saying, yes, you can because now you have to. And that Four of Cups apathy. The Tower is like a giant jolt of energy to wake you up. No more feeling blah, no more missing opportunities. The Tower is throwing you right into the middle of the action, whether you're ready or not. But the thing is, you are ready. You have all the tools you need to handle this. Think of it like this. You're driving on a road that seems smooth enough, but suddenly the road is destroyed and you are forced to take flight. It's scary, but it gets you to your destination faster. This is what the Tower is trying to tell you. So where might this Tower energy show up in your life? Well, considering everything we've talked about, it could be a few different areas. It could be your career, right? Maybe you're feeling stuck in a job that's not fulfilling, but you're afraid to leave because you need the security. The Tower could be a sudden job loss, or a major shakeup at your company that forces you to reevaluate what you really want to do. Remember the Page of Swords, that clarity and those new ideas. This could be the push you need to finally pursue that passion project, to start your own business, to take a leap of faith and do something that truly excites you. The tower could clear the way, so you can finally see the path you are meant to be on. Or it could be in your relationships, right? Maybe you're in a relationship that's not healthy, but you're afraid to leave because you don't want to be alone. The tower could be a sudden breakup or a major conflict that forces you to confront the issues that you've been avoiding. Death already started that cutting away. The tower will just make it all clearer for you. I know this sounds really scary, but it's really positive, trust me. This could free you up to find a partner who is truly right for you, someone who supports your dreams and makes you feel loved and valued. It's like clearing out the old to make way for the new, something better. You deserve that. And it could be in your personal life, too. Maybe you've been holding on to some old beliefs or patterns of behavior that are no longer serving you. The tower could be a major life event that challenges those beliefs and forces you to see things in a new light. This could be an opportunity to finally heal some old wounds, to let go of some past traumas, and to step into a more authentic and empowered version of yourself. So, how do you navigate this tower energy? First and foremost, remember that Jasper tower, that grounding energy. This is so important right now, because when everything feels like it's falling apart, it's easy to freak out. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos and to lose sight of what's important. But if you can stay grounded, if you can connect with your inner strength, you'll be able to weather the storm. It's like, imagine you're in the middle of an earthquake. The ground is shaking, everything is falling down around you, but if you can find a solid object to hold on to, you'll be able to stay upright. The Jasper Tower is that solid object for you. And seriously, lean into practices that ground you. Spend time in nature, meditate, do yoga, journal, whatever helps you to feel centered and calm. Take things one day at a time, one moment at a time. Don't try to figure everything out all at once. Just focus on getting through each day and trust that things will eventually start to make sense. Remember that temperance energy. Even in the midst of chaos, there is balance to be found. Look for the little things that bring you joy, the things that make you feel grateful. Focus on those things and let them help you to stay positive and hopeful. Reach out to your support system. Talk to your friends, your family, your therapist, whoever you trust to listen and to offer guidance. You don't have to go through this alone. And the most important thing, trust the process. Trust that the universe has your back. Trust that even though things might seem chaotic right now, there is a reason for everything that's happening. This is all part of your journey, and it's leading you to where you need to be. The tower is not the end of the world. It's the beginning of a new one. This is not something to fear, but something to accept. Because after the tower falls, what's left? Space. Empty space, ready to be filled with something new. This is your chance to rebuild your life from the ground up, to create something that is truly aligned with your soul's purpose. Remember that wheel of fortune. The universe is giving you a fresh start. Don't waste it. Use this opportunity to create a life that is full of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. Release all of your fears. You can come back stronger than ever. What do you truly desire? What makes your heart sing? Now is the time to pursue those things with passion and with conviction. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. You are capable of anything you set your mind to. The tower has cleared the way for you to finally step into your power. The time to take your power is now. And remember your spirit guides. They're with you every step of the way. They're guiding you through this transformation, even when you can't see it. They're sending you signs and synchronicities to let you know that you're on the right path. Trust in their guidance, and trust that they will lead you to where you need to be. The guides are there to help you. All you have to do is listen. This whole reading has been building to this moment. It's been about releasing the old, embracing the new, and stepping into your full potential. The tower is the final piece of the puzzle. It's the catalyst that sets everything into motion. So embrace the chaos, trust the process, and know that you are not alone. Your spirit guides are with you, and they're cheering you on every step of the way. And remember to have faith. Everything is going to be okay. This might be the end of one chapter, but it's also the exciting beginning of another. And I, for one, am so excited to see what happens next. Okay, so the tower, right? I know, it's a lot. It's like, whoa, okay, everything's changing and it might feel a little bit scary, a little bit chaotic. But remember that Jasper tower, that grounding energy, that's your anchor right now. That's what's going to help you stay centered and balanced through all of this. Because even though the tower can bring sudden and unexpected changes, it's also clearing the way for something better. It's breaking down the old structures that are no longer serving you so that you can build something new, something stronger, something more aligned with your soul's purpose. And that's where the Six of Pentacles comes in. Okay, so the Six of Pentacles, right? This card is all about generosity, sharing, abundance, and karma. It's about finding that balance between giving and receiving and creating a positive cycle of abundance in your life. Think of it as like the universe saying, okay, you've gone through all this change, all this transformation. Now it's time to share your gifts with the world. It's not just about material wealth, although that can definitely be part of it. It's also about sharing your time, your energy, your knowledge, your compassion, your love. It's about using your resources, whatever they may be, to make a positive impact on the lives of others. And you know what? When you give, you receive. It's like the universe has this funny way of rewarding generosity. The more you give, the more you attract abundance into your own life. It's not about giving with the expectation of getting something back, but it's about giving from the heart, with a genuine desire to help others. And when you do that, the universe will always find a way to repay you, often in unexpected ways. This card is also about recognizing that everyone has something to offer. Everyone has unique gifts and talents that they can share with the world. And it's about valuing those gifts, both in yourself and in others. It's about recognizing that we're all interconnected, and that when we help each other, we all rise together. So, how does the Six of Pentacles connect to everything else we've seen in this reading? Well, remember that Four of Cups. That feeling of apathy, of disconnection. The Six of Pentacles is the antidote to that. It's about actively engaging with the world, about finding ways to contribute, about making a difference. It's about shifting from a mindset of what can I get to what can I give? And that Page of Swords, that clear communication and those new ideas. The Six of Pentacles is about using your intellect and your communication skills to share your knowledge and your wisdom with others. It's about being a mentor, a teacher, a guide. It's about helping others to learn and grow. It's about using your voice to advocate for those who are less fortunate. It's about using your words to create positive change in the world. Think about it, if you've just broken free from the Eight of Swords, that feeling of being trapped, that feeling of limitation. The Six of Pentacles is about using your newfound freedom and empowerment to help others break free from their own limitations. It's about sharing your story, your experiences, your insights, to inspire others to overcome their challenges and to step into their own power. It's like, okay, I've been through this, and I know what it's like to feel stuck, but I also know that it's possible to break free, and I want to help you do the same. And the Wheel of Fortune, right? That reminder that change is inevitable, that things are always in flux. The Six of Pentacles is about using your resources to support positive change in the world. It's about investing in projects and initiatives that are making a difference. It's about supporting organizations that are working to create a more just and equitable world. It's about being a conscious consumer and making choices that are aligned with your values. I mean, the opportunities are endless. And that Temperance card, about finding balance and harmony. The Six of Pentacles is about finding balance between giving and receiving, between taking care of yourself and taking care of others. It's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of your own needs first, so that you have the energy and the resources to give to others. It's about setting boundaries and not letting yourself get taken advantage of. It's about giving from a place of abundance, not from a place of scarcity. And it's also about recognizing that receiving is just as important as giving. It's about being open to receiving the gifts and the support that others have to offer. It's about allowing yourself to be vulnerable and to ask for help when you need it. Because we're all in this together, right? And finally, that Death card. And then, even more intensely, the Tower. Death was all about transformation, about letting go of the old to make way for the new, right? And the Tower was about that sudden uprooting, that breaking down of old structures. Well, the Six of Pentacles is about using your transformed self to create a more equitable and abundant world. It's about sharing the wisdom and insights that you've gained through your own experiences. It's about using your platform, whatever it may be, to advocate for change. It's about being a beacon of hope and inspiration for others who are going through their own transformations. It's like, okay, I've been through the fire, and I've emerged stronger and more resilient than ever. And I want to use my experiences to help others navigate their own fires. This is such a powerful moment. So, what does this all mean for you, practically speaking? How can you embody the Six of Pentacles in your daily life? Well, there are so many ways, right? You could volunteer your time at a local charity. You could mentor a young person who needs guidance. You could donate to a cause that you care about. You could share your skills and talents with others. You could offer a helping hand to a friend or neighbor in need. You could simply practice gratitude and appreciate all the blessings in your life. You could start a pay-it-forward chain by doing something kind for someone else and asking them to do the same for someone else. And it doesn't have to be anything huge. Even small acts of kindness can make a big difference. A smile, a kind word, a listening ear. These things can be incredibly powerful, and they can create a ripple effect of positivity that spreads throughout your community. Look around you and see where there's a need. See where you can make a difference. And don't be afraid to step up and offer your help, because you have so much to offer the world. You are a valuable and important part of this community, and your gifts are needed. Remember, your spirit guides are with you, supporting you every step of the way. They're guiding you, protecting you, and cheering you on. They believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. They know that you have the strength and the resilience to overcome any challenge. They know that you have the power to create a life that is full of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. And they want you to know that you are loved, you are worthy, and you are deserving of all the good things that life has to offer. This is such an awesome message. You've come so far in this reading, releasing old patterns, embracing transformation, and stepping into your power. The Six of Pentacles is the perfect culmination of this journey. It's about taking all that you've learned, all that you've gained, and using it to make a positive impact on the world. Ground yourself with that Jasper tower and let it lead you forward. So go out there and be generous, be kind, be compassionate, be a force for good in the world, and know that you are making a difference. You are changing lives, and you are creating a more beautiful and abundant future for yourself and for everyone around you. You are amazing, you are powerful, and you are loved. Trust yourself, trust your intuition, and trust that the universe has your back. You've got this. Hey there, my friend. So you chose the Garnet butterfly pile, which is all about illumination. And that's so perfect for this reading because the overall theme is igniting your passion and purpose. It's like your spirit guides are really trying to shine a light on your true desires and give you the courage to transform your dreams into reality, which is, huge. Okay, so let's dive right into these cards. We've got the Star, the Eight of Swords, and the Five of Wands. Whoa. Okay, so right off the bat, this feels like a journey, Like a journey from feeling really, really stuck to finding hope and inspiration. Okay, let's break this down. First up is the Eight of Swords. This card. So this card usually represents feeling trapped, right? Like you're surrounded by limitations, but a lot of times, and this is the kicker, a lot of times those limitations are self-imposed. You might feel like you're stuck in a situation, like you don't have any options, but the reality is you're the one holding yourself back. You're blinded by your own fears and anxieties. Does that make sense? I feel like you might be in a situation where you feel like you're a victim, but actually, you have more power than you realize. Think about it like this. Have you ever felt paralyzed by a decision? Like, you have so many options, but you're so afraid of making the wrong choice that you just end up doing nothing. That's the Eight of Swords energy right there. It's like you're standing at a crossroads and all the paths look scary, so you just freeze. And the longer you stand there, the more trapped you feel. But here's the thing, the swords in this card, they're not actually binding you, right? They're just surrounding you. You can move, you can escape. You just have to take that first step. But what is that first step? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Maybe it's about identifying what those self-imposed limitations are. What are you truly afraid of? What stories are you telling yourself that are keeping you stuck? Are you afraid of failure? Are you afraid of what other people will think? Are you afraid of stepping outside of your comfort zone? Once you identify those fears, you can start to challenge them. You can start to see them for what they are, just stories, just illusions. And you know how your crystal is illuminating? It's time to use it to illuminate the stories that you're telling yourself. Okay, so that's the Eight of Swords. Feeling trapped, feeling limited, but also having the power to break free. But then we have the Five of Wands, which, oh my gosh, this just adds another layer of complexity, doesn't it? The Five of Wands is all about conflict and competition. It's about feeling like you're constantly fighting for your place, for your voice to be heard. It's about feeling like you're surrounded by chaos and disagreement. So not only do you feel trapped by your own fears, but you're also dealing with external conflict. Like, great, this could be conflict at work, conflict in your family, conflict in your relationships. It could be anything where you feel like you're not on the same page as the people around you. You're like constantly butting heads, constantly disagreeing. And it's exhausting, right? It's draining all your energy. It's making you feel even more stuck. But here's the thing about the Five of Wands, the conflict isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes, conflict can be a catalyst for growth. Sometimes, it can help you clarify your own values and beliefs. Sometimes, it can push you to stand up for what you believe in. But in order for that to happen, you have to approach the conflict in a healthy way. You can't just get caught up in the drama and the pettiness. You have to be willing to listen to other people's perspectives, even if you don't agree with them. You have to be willing to compromise. You have to be willing to find common ground. Easier said than done, right? Especially when you're already feeling trapped and limited. But that's why these cards are coming up together, because they're showing you the full picture. They're showing you the challenges you're facing, but they're also showing you the potential for growth. So, maybe the conflict you're experiencing is actually a reflection of your own inner conflict. Maybe you're fighting with yourself about what you really want. Maybe you're afraid to go after your dreams because you're afraid of what other people will say. And that fear is manifesting as conflict in your external world. Or maybe, just maybe, the conflict is there to teach you something. Maybe it's there to teach you how to stand up for yourself, how to assert your boundaries, how to speak your truth. Maybe it's there to teach you how to navigate difficult situations with grace and compassion. Think about it. Have you been avoiding conflict lately? Have you been biting your tongue to keep the peace? Have you been sacrificing your own needs to please others? If so, this card might be a wake-up call. It might be telling you that it's time to start speaking up. It's time to start asserting yourself. It's time to start fighting for what you believe in. But again, you have to do it in a healthy way. You can't just go around picking fights with everyone. You have to be mindful of your words and your actions. You have to be respectful of other people's perspectives. You have to be willing to listen and compromise. And this is where the star comes in. Oh my gosh, the star is like the light at the end of the tunnel, you know? It's the hope that things will get better, the faith that you're on the right path. It's like, after all that struggle and conflict, you finally find a sense of peace and clarity. The star is all about hope, inspiration, and healing. It's about trusting in the universe, knowing that everything is happening for a reason. It's about believing in yourself, even when things are tough. It's about embracing your vulnerability, knowing that it's okay to be imperfect. So, after feeling trapped and overwhelmed, after dealing with all that conflict and chaos, you're finally able to see the light. You're finally able to connect with your inner guidance. You're finally able to tap into your own source of inspiration. This card is such a beautiful reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope. There's always a light to guide you. You just have to be willing to look for it. And sometimes, that light comes from within. It comes from your own inner strength, your own resilience, your own ability to overcome challenges. Think about a time when you went through a really difficult situation and came out stronger on the other side. What did you learn from that experience? How did it change you? How did it help you grow? That's the energy of the star right there. It's about taking those lessons and using them to create a brighter future for yourself. And it's interesting that this card is coming up after the Eight of Swords and the Five of Wands, because it's showing you that even though you're feeling trapped and conflicted right now, you have the power to create a more positive reality for yourself. You have the power to break free from those self-imposed limitations. You have the power to navigate those difficult situations with grace and compassion. But it requires you to trust in yourself. It requires you to believe in yourself. It requires you to have faith that everything is going to be okay. And it requires you to tap into that inner light, that inner source of inspiration that's always there, waiting for you to connect with it. This is that illuminating power that your garnet butterfly brings to you, and it wants you to know that your path is illuminated. So, how do you connect with that inner light? How do you tap into that source of inspiration? Well, there are lots of different ways. You could try meditation, you could try journaling, you could try spending time in nature, you could try connecting with your creative side, you could try helping others. Anything that makes you feel good, anything that makes you feel connected to something bigger than yourself. That's what the star is all about. And I feel like the star is also telling you to be patient. It's not always easy to see the light when you're in the middle of a dark situation. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes faith. But if you keep looking, if you keep trusting, if you keep believing, you will eventually find your way. And that's what this whole reading is about, isn't it? It's about finding your way from feeling trapped and conflicted to feeling hopeful and inspired. It's about breaking free from those self-imposed limitations and creating a more positive reality for yourself. It's about tapping into your inner light and shining it out into the world. And wow, doesn't that feel powerful? So, yeah, this is the foundation of your reading. These three cards together are like the starting point of a really incredible journey. And I'm so excited to see where it goes from here. Because this is just the beginning, right? There's so much more to uncover, so much more to explore. And I can't wait to see what other messages your spirit guides have for you. Okay, deep breaths because this is getting good. So the next card we have is the Magician. Oh my gosh. Okay, so after all of that, after the feeling trapped, the conflict, and then the hope of the star, the Magician is like, okay, you've got this. Now it's time to take action. This card is all about manifestation, about using your skills and your power to create the reality you want. It's like you have all the tools you need right here, right now. It's just about knowing how to use them. And that, my friend, is huge. So let's tie this back to the Eight of Swords because I feel like that's the big one, right? That feeling of being trapped. The Magician is basically the antidote to that. Remember how we were saying that the limitations in the Eight of Swords are often self-imposed? Well, the Magician is here to say, okay, those limitations are BS. You have the power to break free from them. It's about recognizing that you're not actually stuck, you just feel stuck. And the Magician helps you see that you have choices, you have options, you have the ability to change your situation. It's about taking control, you know. Instead of feeling like a victim, you become the creator of your own reality. How empowering is that? The Magician is like, look at all these resources you have. Look at all this potential. Stop focusing on what you can't do and start focusing on what you can do. And the thing is, the Magician isn't about magic in a hocus-pocus way. It's about practical magic. It's about taking real-world steps to change your circumstances. It's about using your intellect, your communication skills, your creativity to manifest what you want. So if you're feeling trapped in a job, the Magician might be telling you to update your resume, network with people, or start looking for new opportunities. It's about taking concrete action, not just sitting around waiting for something to happen. And doesn't that feel so much better than just feeling stuck? And then we have the Five of Wands, all that conflict and chaos. The Magician can help with that too, because the Magician is all about communication and clarity. It's about being able to express yourself effectively, to stand your ground, and to negotiate solutions. So, instead of getting caught up in the drama and the pettiness of the Five of Wands, the Magician helps you rise above it. It helps you see the bigger picture, to understand where everyone is coming from, and to find common ground. It's about being assertive, but also being respectful. It's about knowing what you want and going after it, but also being willing to compromise. The Magician is a master of diplomacy, you know. They can navigate even the most difficult situations with grace and skill. And I feel like this is especially important for you, because you're such a compassionate person. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but you also don't want to sacrifice your own needs. The Magician can help you find that balance. It can help you speak your truth without being aggressive, to assert your boundaries without being mean. It's all about finding that sweet spot where everyone feels heard and respected. Think about it. How could you use your communication skills to resolve some of the conflicts in your life? How could you be more assertive in expressing your needs? How could you find common ground with people you disagree with? The Magician has the answers. And of course, the Magician is totally connected to the star, because the star is all about hope and inspiration, right? And the Magician is the one who turns that hope into reality. The star is the dream, the vision, the possibility. The Magician is the action, the plan, the manifestation. It's like the star shows you what you want, and the Magician shows you how to get it. The Magician takes that hope and says, okay, let's make this happen. It's about believing in yourself, believing in your abilities, and taking that leap of faith. And remember, the Garnet butterfly is all about illuminating your true desires. The Magician takes that illumination and focuses it, like a laser beam, to manifest those desires into reality. It's about aligning your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions so that everything is working towards the same goal. It's about being intentional, being focused, and being persistent. The Magician knows that anything is possible as long as you're willing to put in the work. So, what are your hopes and dreams? What are you hoping to manifest in your life? The Magician is telling you that you have the power to make it happen. You just have to believe in yourself and take action. Now, let's talk about the Magician's tools because they're super symbolic. He's got a wand, a cup, a sword, and a pentacle, right? Each of these represents a different aspect of your being and a different area of your life. The wand is all about creativity and inspiration. It's about your passion, your drive, your ability to create new things. The cup is all about emotions and relationships. It's about your ability to connect with others, to nurture your relationships, and to experience joy and fulfillment. The sword is all about intellect and communication. It's about your ability to think clearly, to make decisions, and to express yourself effectively. And the pentacle is all about practicality and material wealth. It's about your ability to manifest abundance, to create stability, and to achieve your goals. So, think about how you can use each of these tools in your own life. How can you tap into your creativity to solve problems? How can you nurture your relationships to create a supportive network? How can you use your intellect to make smart decisions? And how can you manifest abundance in your life? The Magician is telling you that you have all of these tools within you. It's just about learning how to use them effectively. I feel like, for you, your sword is super strong. You have such a sharp mind, and you're so good at communicating your ideas. But maybe your cup needs a little work, you know? Maybe you need to focus on nurturing your relationships and connecting with your emotions. Or maybe your pentacle needs some attention. Maybe you need to focus on creating more stability and abundance in your life. The Magician is here to help you balance all of these different aspects of yourself. It's about becoming a well-rounded, fully realized human being. And that is so exciting, because it means you have so much potential just waiting to be unlocked. The Magician also reminds us about the importance of focus and intention. It's not enough to just want something. You have to be clear about what you want, and then focus your energy on achieving it. Think of the Magician standing at his altar, all the tools laid out before him. He knows exactly what he wants to create, and he uses each tool with precision and intention. That's the kind of focus we need to cultivate in our own lives. We need to be clear about our goals, and we need to focus our energy on achieving them. No more scattered energy, no more distractions. The Magician is all about laser-like focus. It's like, what are you putting your energy into right now? Are you focused on things that are truly important to you, or are you getting caught up in distractions and trivialities? Are you being intentional about how you spend your time and your energy? The Magician challenges you to take control of your focus and to direct it towards your goals. And that is where the magic happens. It's when you combine clear intention with focused energy that you start to see real results. It's like the universe responds to your focus. It gives you more of what you're focusing on. So if you're focusing on lack and limitation, you're going to get more of that. But if you're focusing on abundance and possibility, you're going to get more of that too. The Magician knows this, and that's why he's so intentional about where he puts his energy. Wow, okay. So the Magician is basically saying, you have the power, you have the skills, now go out there and create the life you want. It's about taking that hope from the star and turning it into something tangible, something real. It's about breaking free from those self-imposed limitations of the Eight of Swords and navigating the conflicts of the Five of Wands with grace and skill. And it's about using the illuminating power of your Garnet butterfly crystal to bring clarity and focus to your intentions. This is so exciting because it feels like you're on the verge of something amazing. Like you're about to step into your power and create a reality that's truly aligned with your soul's purpose. But, there's still more to uncover. I am so curious to see what your spirit guides want to tell you next. Are you ready for the next card? Because I have a feeling it's going to be a big one. Okay. You are so right, I can feel it, this is huge. So deep breath. The next card is the Nine of Wands. Whoa. Okay, this changes things, doesn't it? So after all that momentum, all that go-get-em energy of the Magician, the Nine of Wands is like, hold on a second, you've been through a lot. It's like you're almost at the finish line, but you're battered, bruised, and wondering if you can even make it. You know, this card is all about resilience, about pushing through even when you feel like you have nothing left. It's about standing your ground, even when you're exhausted. It's like you've faced so many challenges, so many obstacles, and you're still standing. That's huge. But it's also like, are you standing because you want to, or because you feel like you have to? That's the question this card is asking, I think. Because remember, you've got the Magician energy in you now, like you are ready to manifest. But the Nine of Wands is a caution, right? It's a signal that you need to proceed with wisdom, not just blindly push forward. See, the thing about the Nine of Wands is that it comes after a long series of battles, right? Think about the Suit of Wands, it's all about passion, about action, about fighting for what you believe in. And you've been doing that. You've been fighting for your dreams, you've been standing up for yourself, you've been putting yourself out there. But it's taken a toll, hasn't it? You're feeling weary, you're feeling vulnerable, you're feeling like you just want to curl up in a ball and hide. And that's okay. It's okay to feel that way. It just means you're human. But the Nine of Wands is a reminder that you can't give up now. You're so close, you've come so far, but maybe, just maybe, you need to adjust your approach. Maybe you've been pushing yourself too hard. Maybe you've been taking on too much. Maybe you've been neglecting your own needs in the process of fighting for what you want. This card is a wake-up call, I think. It's telling you to slow down, to reassess, to take care of yourself. Because you can't pour from an empty cup, right? And if you keep pushing yourself to the brink, you're going to burn out. And then you won't be able to fight for anything. You'll be completely out of commission. So this card is like a cosmic two-bifer, whacking you upside the head and saying, hey, pay attention, you matter too. So how does this tie into the Eight of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Star? Well, think about it. The Eight of Swords was all about feeling trapped by self-imposed limitations, right? And maybe, just maybe, one of those limitations is the belief that you have to do everything yourself, that you can't ask for help, that you have to be strong all the time. The Nine of Wands is showing you that that's not true. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to lean on others. It's okay to admit that you're struggling. In fact, it's essential. Because if you don't, you're going to end up right back in that Eight of Swords energy, feeling trapped and isolated. You'll feel like you're all alone, with no way out, and the truth is, that's never the case. And what about the Five of Wands, all that conflict and chaos? Well, The Nine of Wands is telling you that you don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to engage in every argument. You don't have to prove yourself to everyone. Sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away, to conserve your energy, to focus on what truly matters, to choose your battles wisely, because not every conflict is worth your time and energy. Some conflicts are just distractions, designed to drain you and keep you from achieving your goals. And the Nine of Wands is all about protecting your energy, about setting boundaries, about saying no to things that don't serve you. Think about it. Are there any relationships in your life that are constantly draining you? Are there any situations that you keep finding yourself in that leave you feeling exhausted and depleted? The Nine of Wands is telling you to create some distance, to protect yourself, to prioritize your own well-being. It's not selfish, it's necessary, because you can't be there for others if you're not there for yourself first. It's like you've been so busy putting out fires, you haven't had time to recharge your own batteries. And now you're running on fumes. So it's time to refuel. It's time to replenish. It's time to take care of yourself. And that's where the star comes in, right? The star is all about hope, healing, and inspiration. It's about connecting with your inner guidance and trusting that everything is going to be okay. And the Nine of Wands is a reminder that you deserve that hope, that healing, that inspiration. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live a life that's aligned with your soul's purpose. But you can't do that if you're constantly running on empty. You have to prioritize your own well-being. You have to make time for self-care. You have to nurture your body, your mind, and your spirit. So, what does self-care look like for you? Does it mean taking a long bath? Does it mean reading a good book? Does it mean spending time in nature? Does it mean meditating? Does it mean connecting with loved ones? Whatever it is, make time for it. Because it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's what's going to keep you going. It's what's going to help you stay strong and resilient. And it's what's going to allow you to continue fighting for your dreams. But in a sustainable way, you know. Not in a way that burns you out and leaves you feeling resentful. And of course, we can't forget about the magician. Because the magician is all about taking action, about manifesting your desires, about using your skills and talents to create the life you want. And the Nine of Wands is a reminder that you can't do that if you're not in a good place. You can't manifest abundance if you're feeling depleted. You can't attract positive experiences if you're radiating negativity. You have to be in alignment with your desires. You have to feel good in order to attract good things into your life. So, the Nine of Wands is a call to action, but it's a different kind of action than the magician. It's not about pushing forward, it's about pulling back. It's not about doing more, it's about doing less. It's not about fighting harder, it's about resting smarter. It's about conserving your energy so that you can use it more effectively. It's like you've been sprinting a marathon and the Nine of Wands is telling you to pace yourself, to take a break, to refuel, to re-strategize. Think about it. Are you being strategic in your approach to your goals? Are you using your energy wisely? Are you focusing on the things that are truly important, or are you getting caught up in distractions and trivialities? Are you saying yes to things that you should be saying no to? Are you allowing others to drain your energy? The Nine of Wands is challenging you to be more mindful of how you're using your energy, to protect it, to conserve it, to use it wisely. And how does all of this relate to your passion and purpose? Well, think about it. If you're constantly feeling exhausted and depleted, how can you possibly pursue your passions? How can you possibly fulfill your purpose? You can't. You need energy to do those things. You need to feel good in order to be inspired. You need to be in alignment with your desires in order to manifest them. So, taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's essential to fulfilling your passion and purpose. It's what allows you to shine your light out into the world. It's what allows you to make a difference. The Nine of Wands is a reminder that you can't save the world if you're running on empty. You have to fill your own cup first. You have to prioritize your own well-being. You have to make time for self-care. And when you do that, you'll be amazed at how much more energy you have to pursue your passions and fulfill your purpose. You'll be able to shine your light even brighter. You'll be able to make an even bigger impact on the world. And remember your Garnet butterfly crystal. It's all about illumination, about shining a light on your true desires. And the Nine of Wands is helping you to illuminate those desires even more clearly. It's showing you that you can't pursue your desires if you're not taking care of yourself. It's shining a light on the importance of self-care and boundaries. It's helping you to see that you deserve to feel good. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live a life that's aligned with your soul's purpose. The crystal is amplifying that message, and it wants you to know that it's okay to slow down. It's okay to rest. It's okay to prioritize your own well-being. In fact, it's essential. Because when you do that, you'll be able to shine your light even brighter. You'll be able to illuminate the world with your passion and purpose. But you can't do that if you're running on empty. So take care of yourself. The Garnet butterfly is whispering that in your ear right now. So yeah, the Nine of Wands is like a cosmic pit stop. A chance to refuel, to re-strategize, to reconnect with your inner guidance. It's a reminder that you're strong, you're resilient, and you're almost there. But you need to take care of yourself in order to cross that finish line. And that's so important, you know. This reading has been such a journey already, going from feeling trapped to empowered to now, needing to rest and prepare for the final push. Oh my gosh, I am seriously on the edge of my seat here. What is the final piece of this puzzle? What do your spirit guides want you to know most of all? I can hardly wait to pull the last card. Are you ready? Because I have a feeling it's going to be mind-blowing. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe we're about to pull the last card, but okay, here we go. And it is the Queen of Wands. Whoa. Okay, so after that Nine of Wands energy, that feeling of needing to rest and reassess, the Queen of Wands is like, okay, rest, but rest actively. You know, it's not about just collapsing on the couch and doing nothing. It's about intentionally recharging your batteries by connecting with your inner fire, with your confidence, with your passion. It's like she's saying, you've been through a lot, you're tired, but you're also a queen, so act like it. The Queen of Wands is all about embracing your inner power, your creativity, your zest for life. She's confident, she's charismatic, she's not afraid to go after what she wants. But she also knows how to have fun. She's not all about work. She knows how to balance her responsibilities with her passions, and that's what keeps her energized. So like the Nine of Wands was a warning, right? A warning against burnout, against pushing yourself too hard. But the Queen of Wands is the antidote. She's the energy that helps you to recover effectively, to recharge in a way that actually fills you up, instead of just leaving you feeling numb. Think about it, when you're feeling drained, what do you usually do? Do you reach for the TV remote? Do you scroll through social media? Do you just try to numb yourself out? Or do you do something that actually brings you joy? Something that makes you feel alive? The Queen of Wands is all about choosing the latter. She's about intentionally seeking out activities that spark your inner fire, that make you feel passionate and excited. And that is so much more effective than just passively resting. So, how do you embody the Queen of Wands energy? Well, first of all, it's about confidence. She knows her worth, she believes in herself, and she's not afraid to show it. And I know, after the Nine of Wands, confidence might be the last thing you're feeling. You might be feeling insecure, vulnerable, like you're not good enough. But the Queen of Wands is here to remind you that you are good enough. You've overcome so much. You've got so much to offer the world. You just need to tap into that inner strength, that inner belief in yourself. Think about a time when you felt really confident. What were you doing? What were you thinking? How were you feeling? Try to recreate that feeling, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Stand up straight, make eye contact, speak with conviction. Even if you don't feel confident on the inside, act like you do on the outside, and eventually that confidence will start to become real. You know, it's like fake it till you make it, but with a Queen of Wands twist. And it's also about setting boundaries, right? The Queen of Wands knows her limits, and she's not afraid to say no to things that don't serve her. She's not a people pleaser. She doesn't sacrifice her own needs to make others happy. She puts herself first, and that's what allows her to be so generous and giving to others. So, go back to that Nine of Wands energy. What boundaries do you need to set in your life? What are you saying yes to that you should be saying no to? Who are you allowing to drain your energy? The Queen of Wands is telling you to take control. to protect your energy, to prioritize your own well-being. It might be hard, especially if you're used to being a caregiver or a people pleaser, but it's essential, because you can't pour from an empty cup, remember? And the Queen of Wands knows that. She knows that she needs to take care of herself first in order to be there for others. So, start small. Start by saying no to one thing that you don't really want to do, or by setting a boundary with someone who's been taking advantage of you. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but trust me, it will get easier. And the more you practice setting boundaries, the more confident you'll become. And that confidence will radiate out into all areas of your life. But it's not just about confidence and boundaries, it's also about passion. The Queen of Wands is deeply connected to her passions. She knows what makes her feel alive, and she makes time for those things, even when she's busy. So, what are your passions? What do you love to do? What makes you feel excited and inspired? Maybe it's painting, maybe it's dancing, maybe it's writing, maybe it's spending time in nature, maybe it's helping others. Whatever it is, make time for it. Schedule it into your day, just like you would any other important appointment. Because your passions are not a luxury, they're a necessity. They're what fuel your fire, they're what keep you going, they're what make you feel like you're living a life that's worth living. And don't be afraid to try new things. The Queen of Wands is always open to new experiences, new adventures, new ways to express her creativity. So step outside of your comfort zone. Take a class, join a club, try a new hobby. You never know what you might discover. You might find a new passion that you never even knew existed. Or you might just meet some amazing people who share your interests. The Queen of Wands is all about embracing life to the fullest, and that means being open to new possibilities. And finally, it's about joy. The Queen of Wands knows how to have fun. She doesn't take herself too seriously. She knows how to laugh, how to play, how to let loose. So lighten up. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't get so caught up in your responsibilities that you forget to enjoy life. Make time for fun, for laughter, for silliness. Do things that make you smile, that make you feel happy. Watch a funny movie, listen to upbeat music, spend time with people who make you laugh. The Queen of Wands is all about embracing the joy in life, and that joy is contagious. It will spread to everyone around you, and it will make you feel so much more energized and alive. So, how does all of this tie back to the previous cards? Well, remember the Eight of Swords. That feeling of being trapped by self-imposed limitations. The Queen of Wands is here to break those limitations. She's here to show you that you are powerful, you are capable, you are worthy of living a life that you love. She's here to help you step outside of your comfort zone and embrace your full potential. By embodying her confidence, her boundaries, her passion, and her joy, you can break free from those limiting beliefs and create a life that's truly aligned with your soul's purpose. And what about the Five of Wands? All that conflict and chaos. The Queen of Wands is here to help you navigate those conflicts with grace and skill. She's here to teach you how to stand your ground, how to assert your boundaries, how to speak your truth without being aggressive. She's here to help you find common ground with others and to create harmonious relationships. By embodying her confidence and her boundaries, you can navigate those difficult situations with ease and create a more peaceful and fulfilling life. And the star, the Queen of Wands is the star. She is the embodiment of hope, healing, and inspiration. She is the light at the end of the tunnel. She is the reminder that everything is going to be okay. By embodying her energy, you can connect with your inner guidance and trust that you are on the right path. You can embrace your vulnerability and know that it's okay to be imperfect. You can find peace and clarity, even in the midst of chaos. And the Magician, the Queen of Wands, is the feminine embodiment of the magician's energy. She is the one who takes action, who manifests her desires, who uses her skills and talents to create the life she wants. But she does it with a different energy than the magician. She does it with grace, with intuition, with heart. She's not just about taking action, she's about taking inspired action. She's about aligning her actions with her values and her passions. And by embodying her energy, you can manifest your desires in a way that's truly authentic and fulfilling. And all of this ties back to your Garnet butterfly crystal. Because remember, it's all about illumination. It's all about shining a light on your true desires, and the Queen of Wands is here to illuminate those desires even more clearly. She's here to help you see what you truly want, what truly makes you happy, what truly fulfills you. And she's here to give you the confidence, the courage, and the energy to go after it. She's like amplifying the illuminating power that you already have within you. You just have to embrace it, to embody it, to let it shine. So yeah, the Queen of Wands is like a permission slip. A permission slip to be yourself, to embrace your passions, to live a life that's full of joy and purpose. And after that Nine of Wands energy, that feeling of needing to rest and reassess, it's exactly what you need. It's the energy that will help you to recharge effectively, to reconnect with your inner fire, and to move forward with confidence and grace. You know, okay. But what does all of this mean for you in the long run? How will embodying this Queen of Wands energy ultimately transform your life? I am dying to know what your spirit guides want to reveal as the final piece of this puzzle. I have a feeling it's going to be huge. Are you ready? Because I am so ready to pull this last card. Okay, but what does all of this mean for you in the long run? How will embodying this Queen of Wands energy ultimately transform your life? I am dying to know what your spirit guides want to reveal as the final piece of this puzzle. I have a feeling it's going to be huge. Are you ready? Because I am so ready to pull this last card. And we've got the Tower. Whoa. Okay, wait a minute, don't freak out. I know the Tower can seem scary, right? Like, it's all about sudden change, upheaval, destruction. But trust me, in this context, it's actually really powerful. Like, think of it as a necessary demolition. Like, you can't build something new and amazing on a shaky foundation, right? You gotta clear away the old to make way for the new. And that's what the Tower is all about. It's about breaking down those old structures, those old beliefs, those old patterns that are no longer serving you. It's about clearing the way for something better, something more aligned with your true self. So, how does this connect to everything else we've seen so far? Well, let's start with the Eight of Swords. That feeling of being trapped, right? The Tower is like, okay, those walls that are trapping you, they're coming down. It's a sudden release from those self-imposed limitations. Like, you might be forced to confront your fears head-on. You might experience a sudden shift in perspective that completely changes the way you see things. It might be scary, but it's also incredibly liberating. It's like you've been living in this little box and the Tower just blows the roof off. Suddenly, you can see all the possibilities that are out there. You can breathe, you can move, you can finally be free. Think about it. What are the biggest limitations you've been putting on yourself? What are the beliefs that have been holding you back? The Tower is going to challenge those beliefs. It's going to force you to question everything you thought you knew. And that can be uncomfortable, but it's also incredibly empowering. Because once you realize that those limitations were just illusions, you can start to create a new reality for yourself. A reality that's based on your true desires, your true potential. And what about the Five of Wands, all that conflict and chaos? The Tower can actually help with that too. Because sometimes, conflict is a sign that something needs to change. It's a sign that the old ways of doing things are no longer working. The Tower is like, okay, this conflict is escalating because the whole system is about to collapse. It's a wake-up call. It's a sign that you need to make some major changes in your relationships, in your work, in your life. It might mean ending a toxic relationship. It might mean quitting a job that's draining your soul. It might mean moving to a new city, starting a new career, completely reinventing yourself. It might seem scary, but it's also incredibly necessary. Because if you keep trying to force things to work in a system that's fundamentally broken, you're just going to keep experiencing conflict. The Tower is giving you the opportunity to break free from that cycle, to create a new system that's based on honesty, authenticity, and respect. It's like the universe is saying, okay, enough is enough. It's time to tear down this old structure and build something new. And of course, we can't forget about the Star. Because the Star is all about hope, healing, and inspiration, right? And the Tower, even though it seems scary, is actually a catalyst for all of those things. It's like, you can't experience true hope until you've faced your fears. You can't experience true healing until you've let go of the past. You can't experience true inspiration until you've broken free from the limitations that are holding you back. The tower is clearing the way for the star to shine even brighter in your life. It's like you've been living in this cloudy, stormy world, and the tower just clears away all the clouds, revealing the brilliant, radiant star in all its glory. Suddenly, you can see the path forward. You can feel the hope, the inspiration, the healing that's available to you. And that is incredibly powerful. It's like the tower is shaking you up, but it's also waking you up. It's reminding you that you're not a victim, you're a creator. You have the power to create a new reality for yourself, a reality that's filled with hope, healing, and inspiration. And what about the magician? Remember, the magician is all about taking action, about manifesting your desires. The tower is like, okay, all those skills and talents you have, it's time to use them in a new way. It's time to apply them to a new situation, a new project, a new life. It's time to step into your power and create something amazing out of the ashes of the old. It might mean using your communication skills to speak your truth, even when it's difficult. It might mean using your creativity to come up with innovative solutions to problems. It might mean using your intellect to make smart decisions that will benefit you in the long run. Whatever it is, the tower is giving you the opportunity to use your skills and talents in a way that's more aligned with your true self. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've been practicing your magic. Now it's time to use it to create something truly extraordinary. And then we have the Nine of Wands, that feeling of being exhausted and needing to rest. The tower is like, okay, that exhaustion, it's because you've been carrying too much baggage. It's time to let go of the things that are weighing you down. It's time to release the past, to forgive yourself and others, to move on from the things that are holding you back. It might mean letting go of a grudge. It might mean forgiving someone who hurt you. It might mean releasing a limiting belief that you've been carrying around for years. Whatever it is, the tower is giving you the opportunity to lighten your load and move forward with more ease and grace. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've been carrying this weight for too long. It's time to drop it and feel the freedom of being unburdened. And finally, the Queen of Wands, all that confidence, passion, and joy. The tower is like, okay, that inner fire, it's about to get even bigger. It's about to be ignited in a way that you never thought possible. The tower is shaking you up, challenging you, forcing you to confront your fears, but it's also revealing your true strength, your true power, your true potential. The tower shows you that you are not defined by your past. You are not defined by your limitations. You are defined by your inner fire, your passion, your joy. And that fire is about to burn even brighter. The universe is saying, okay, here is a major challenge, but you have the power within to rise above all and become an even greater leader. It is like your spirit guides want you to embrace the chaos, to trust the process, to know that everything is happening for your highest good. And how does all of this connect to your garnet butterfly crystal? Well, remember, it's all about illumination, and the tower is the ultimate illuminator. It's like it's shining a spotlight on everything that's been hidden in the shadows. It's revealing the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. It's helping you to see things as they really are, not as you want them to be. And that is incredibly powerful. Because once you see the truth, you can start to make real changes in your life. You can start to create a reality that's based on honesty, authenticity, and love. The garnet butterfly crystal is amplifying the energy of the tower, helping you to embrace the changes that are coming your way and to see the beauty and the potential in every situation. It's whispering in your ear, trust the process. You are stronger than you think. You are capable of anything. This is where illumination of your life truly begins. So yeah, the tower is like a cosmic wrecking ball. But it's a wrecking ball that's designed to clear the way for something better, something more aligned with your true self. And with the Queen of Wands by your side, with that confidence, that passion, that joy, you are ready to face whatever comes your way. So, don't be afraid of the tower. Embrace it. Trust it. Know that it's leading you to a place of greater freedom, greater joy, and greater fulfillment. Wow, this reading has been such a whirlwind. From feeling trapped to empowered to now, facing a major transformation. Oh my gosh, this reading is insane. Your spirit guides are really putting you through the ringer, but it's all for your highest good, I know it. And with your inner light now shining so brightly, and a clear path to purpose now revealed to you by the Queen of Wands plus Garnet butterfly, I can truly say that you are ready to take on the world. What an incredibly powerful, revealing message. Okay. The Tower, I know, right? When you see that card, it can be like, oh, what's about to hit the fan? But honestly, in this case, it's like the best thing that could have happened. Seriously. Because think about it, you've been working so hard to break free from those old patterns, to step into your power, to create a life that's truly aligned with your soul. But sometimes you just need a little nudge, and the Tower is that nudge. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you're ready. Let's clear away all the crap that's been holding you back so you can finally shine. So yeah, don't be scared, be excited, because this is a huge opportunity for growth and transformation. Okay, so let's connect this to everything else we've seen because it's all connected, right? Starting with the Eight of Swords. Remember that feeling of being trapped, of being limited by those self-imposed beliefs. The Tower is like bam, those walls are crumbling, those chains are breaking, you are free. This is like the ultimate liberation from those limitations. You might experience a sudden shift in perspective, a moment of clarity where you realize that everything you thought you knew was just a story you were telling yourself. And that can be scary, sure, but it's also incredibly liberating. It's like you've been wearing these blinders for so long, and the Tower just rips them off. Suddenly, you can see the world in all its technicolor glory. And you can finally see all the amazing possibilities that are out there for you. Maybe you thought you were stuck in a dead-end job. The Tower shows you that there are other opportunities out there. Maybe you thought you were trapped in a toxic relationship. The Tower gives you the courage to walk away. Maybe you thought you weren't good enough to pursue your dreams. The Tower reminds you that you are amazing, and you deserve to live a life that's full of joy and purpose. It's like you are not defined by your past. You are not defined by your limitations. You are defined by your potential, and the Tower is here to help you unlock that potential. Okay, and what about the Five of Wands, all that conflict and chaos? Well, the Tower can actually bring some much-needed clarity to that situation. Because sometimes, conflict is a sign that something needs to change, right? It's a sign that the old ways of doing things are no longer working. The Tower is like, okay, this conflict is escalating because the whole system is about to implode. It's a wake-up call. It's a sign that you need to make some major changes in your relationships, in your work, in your life. Maybe you've been trying to force a situation to work when it's just not meant to be. The Tower is giving you the courage to let go, to walk away, to create a new dynamic that's based on respect, honesty, and authenticity. Maybe you've been surrounded by people who are constantly competing with each other, who are always trying to one-up each other. The Tower is showing you that you don't have to participate in that drama. You can create your own circle of supportive, loving friends who lift you up instead of tearing you down. Maybe you've been stuck in a job where there's constant infighting and backstabbing. The Tower is giving you the opportunity to find a new workplace where you feel valued, respected, and appreciated. It's like the Tower is clearing away all the toxic energy so you can finally breathe and create a life that's full of peace and harmony. And then, of course, there's the Star. Oh my gosh, the Tower and the Star together. That's like the ultimate power couple. Because the Star is all about hope, healing, and inspiration, right? And the Tower, even though it seems scary, is actually a catalyst for all of those things. It's like you can't truly appreciate the light until you've been through the darkness. You can't truly experience hope until you've faced your fears. You can't truly heal until you've let go of the past. The Tower is clearing the way for the Star to shine even brighter in your life. It's like you've been wandering in the desert, feeling lost and alone, and the Tower just blasts away the sandstorm, revealing a sparkling oasis in the distance. Suddenly, you can see the path forward. You can feel the hope, the inspiration, the healing that's available to you. Maybe you've been struggling with a health issue, feeling like you'll never get better. The Tower is showing you that there are new treatments, new therapies, new ways of thinking about your health that can lead to healing and recovery. Maybe you've been feeling lost and directionless, unsure of what you want to do with your life. The Tower is giving you the opportunity to connect with your inner guidance and discover your true purpose. Maybe you've been feeling like you're not good enough, like you don't deserve to be happy. The Tower is reminding you that you are amazing and you deserve all the good things in life. And the Magician, the Tower is going to put your manifestation skills to the test. Remember, the Magician is all about using your skills and talents to create the life you want. The Tower is like, okay, all those tools you've been practicing with, time to use them for real. It's giving you the opportunity to step into your power and create something amazing out of the chaos. You've been preparing for this moment, even if you didn't realize it. You've been honing your skills, developing your talents, and building your confidence. And now, it's time to put all of that into action. Maybe you're a writer who's been afraid to share your work with the world. The Tower is giving you the courage to publish your book, to start a blog, to finally let your voice be heard. Maybe you're an artist who's been hesitant to show your paintings in a gallery. The Tower is giving you the opportunity to put your work out there and connect with people who appreciate your vision. Maybe you're an entrepreneur who's been dreaming of starting your own business. The Tower is giving you the push you need to finally take the leap and create something that's truly your own. And let's not forget the Nine of Wands, that feeling of being exhausted, of needing to rest and reassess. The Tower is going to force you to prioritize self-care, because you can't build something new if you're running on empty. The Tower is like, okay, you've been pushing yourself too hard. It's time to slow down, to take a break, to recharge your batteries. Maybe you've been neglecting your health, working long hours, and sacrificing sleep. The Tower is giving you a wake-up call, reminding you that your health is your most valuable asset. Maybe you've been surrounded by toxic people who are draining your energy. The Tower is helping you to set boundaries and create space for yourself. Maybe you've been holding onto resentment and bitterness, which is weighing you down. The Tower is giving you the opportunity to forgive, to let go, to move on. And finally, the Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh, she is going to be your saving grace through all of this. Because remember, she's all about confidence, passion, and joy. And you're going to need all of those things to navigate the Tower's transformation. The Tower is like, okay, all that Queen of Wands energy you've been cultivating, time to put it to the test. It's giving you the opportunity to step into your power, to embrace your passions, and to live a life that's full of joy, even in the midst of chaos. The Queen of Wands will help you stay positive, stay focused, and stay true to yourself. She'll remind you that you are strong, you are resilient, and you are capable of anything. So yeah, the Tower might seem scary, but it's actually an amazing opportunity to create a life that's more authentic, more fulfilling, and more aligned with your soul's purpose. I feel like you need to know this is not a you against the world moment, but a you've got the world in your hands moment. And remember your Garnet butterfly crystal. It's all about illumination, about shining a light on your true desires. The Tower is like amplifying that illumination. It's shining a spotlight on everything that's been hidden in the shadows, revealing the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. It's helping you to see things as they really are, so you can make informed decisions and create a life that's based on honesty and authenticity. It's like your Garnet butterfly is saying, I'm here to help you see the light, even in the darkest of times. Trust the process. You are stronger than you think. You are capable of anything. So, what does all of this mean for you in the long run? It means you're about to undergo a major transformation. It means you're about to break free from all the things that have been holding you back and step into your full potential. It means you're about to create a life that's more joyful, more fulfilling, and more aligned with your soul's purpose. You might experience some challenges along the way, sure, but you have all the tools you need to succeed. You have the Queen of Wands energy within you. You have the support of your spirit guides. And you have the illuminating power of your Garnet butterfly crystal. So trust the process, embrace the change, and know that you are not alone. I am confident in you. You are ready for all of this, and I can't wait to see what you create. Okay, my friend, this is it. This is the end of the reading. I hope this has given you some clarity, some inspiration, and some encouragement. Remember, you are amazing, you are powerful, and you are capable of anything you set your mind to. So go out there and create the life you want. I'm sending you all my love and support. You've got this. Hello there, Aquamarine tree. Welcome, welcome, so glad you're here. If you were drawn to this beautiful crystal, this reading about cultivating intuitive growth with the help of your spirit guides is especially for you. Aquamarine is all about awakening, and that's exactly what we're going to dive into. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, so right off the bat, we have the Fool, the Sun, and the King of Swords. Okay, spirit guides, you are not messing around. So, the first thing that pops into my head when I see these three cards together is this incredible journey that you are either about to embark on, or maybe you're already on it, but either way, it's about to get a whole lot clearer. Let's start with the Fool. Oh, the Fool, I love this card. It is pure, unadulterated potential, you know? It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, backpack slung, and just knowing that you're meant to jump. And it's not a reckless jump, it's a trust fall with the universe. Now, given that the Aquamarine tree is all about awakening, I feel like this Fool energy is specifically tied to your intuition. It's like your spirit guides are saying, hey, your intuition is about to level up big time, so get ready to trust those nudges, those whispers, those gut feelings. Have you been feeling a little restless lately? Maybe a little bit like you're ready for something new, something different, something more. That's the Fool talking. That's that little voice inside saying, come on, let's go. Adventure awaits. And it's not just any adventure, it's an adventure into the unknown parts of yourself, the parts that have been waiting to be discovered, waiting to be expressed. Think about it like this. You're standing at a crossroads and one path looks familiar, safe, predictable, and the other path is shrouded in mist. You can't see where it leads, but something inside you, that Fool energy, is just pulling you towards the mist. That's your intuition saying, trust me, this is where you need to go. Now, the thing about the Fool is he doesn't have a plan. He doesn't need a plan. He's all about spontaneity, about trusting the flow of the universe, about believing that everything is going to work out exactly as it should. Which, I know, can be terrifying, right? Especially when you're used to having everything mapped out, when you're used to being in control. But that's the lesson of the Fool, to surrender control, to embrace uncertainty, to have faith in the journey. So your spirit guides are really encouraging you to embrace that beginner's mind, to approach things with curiosity and excitement, like a child exploring a brand new world. Don't be afraid to try new things, to take risks, to step outside of your comfort zone. This is a time of incredible growth and expansion for you, but it requires you to let go of your old ways of thinking and being. Are there any projects or ideas you've been putting off because they seem too scary or too unrealistic? This is your sign to dust them off and give them a try. Even if you fail, you'll learn something valuable along the way. Remember, the Fool isn't afraid of failure. He sees it as an opportunity for growth. He knows that every stumble, every misstep is just part of the adventure. And you know what else? The Fool is all about authenticity. It's about being true to yourself, even if that means going against the grain. Have you been feeling like you need to hide parts of yourself to fit in? The Fool says, no way, be yourself unapologetically. The world needs your unique gifts and talents. This might mean expressing your creativity in new ways, speaking your truth more boldly, or simply embracing your quirks and eccentricities. Whatever it is, your spirit guides are encouraging you to be authentic, to be real, to be you. Because that's when you're truly aligned with your purpose, when you're living in accordance with your soul's calling. Think of a time when you took a big leap of faith. How did it feel? Scary? Exhilarating? Both. Tap into that feeling now and let it guide you forward. Because that's the energy of the Fool, that blend of fear and excitement, that knowing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, even if you don't know where that is. Your spirit guides are saying, trust the journey, trust yourself, trust the universe. And get ready for an amazing adventure. Ooh, I'm getting so excited for you. So yeah, definitely lean into that Fool energy. It's going to take you places you never thought possible. And then we have the sun. Oh, the sun. Like after the maybe slightly scary leap of faith with the Fool, the sun is like a warm hug, a burst of pure joy and optimism. It's all about clarity, vitality, and abundance. So it's like you take that leap, and suddenly, bam, the sun shines down on you, illuminating your path and filling you with energy. With the Aquamarine tree representing awakening, this sun card feels like a major breakthrough in your intuitive abilities. All that fogginess, all that uncertainty you might have been feeling, it's clearing away, revealing a clear, bright path forward. You are going to start seeing things with so much more clarity, understanding the bigger picture, and recognizing the opportunities that are all around you. Have you been working on developing your intuition for a while now? Maybe you've been practicing meditation, or journaling, or working with crystals. The sun card is a sign that your efforts are paying off. You are starting to see the fruits of your labor, and your intuitive abilities are growing stronger every day. It's like you're finally able to tune into the frequency of your spirit guides, to hear their messages loud and clear. And it's not just about hearing the messages. It's about understanding them, about integrating them into your life. The sun is all about integration, about bringing all the different parts of yourself into harmony. So if you've been feeling fragmented or scattered lately, this card is a reminder that you have the power to bring yourself back into wholeness. You have the power to heal old wounds, to release limiting beliefs, and to create a life that is filled with joy, abundance, and purpose. I love that for you. This is just such a beautiful pairing of cards. The sun also represents success and achievement. So if you've been working towards a goal, this card is a sign that you're on the right track. Keep going, keep pushing forward, and you will achieve your desired outcome. But it's not just about achieving external success. It's also about feeling successful on the inside. It's about recognizing your own worth, your own value, and your own potential. So take some time to celebrate your accomplishments, both big and small. Acknowledge your progress and give yourself credit for all that you've achieved. You deserve it. This is about shining your light, you know? The sun doesn't hide its light. It shines brightly for all to see. And you are being called to do the same. Don't be afraid to let your true self shine, to share your gifts and talents with the world. You have so much to offer, and the world needs your light. Maybe you've been dimming your light lately, trying to fit in, trying to be someone you're not. The sun is saying, no more. It's time to let go of those old patterns and embrace your true self. This might mean stepping away from relationships or situations that are draining your energy. Or it might mean speaking your truth more boldly. Or it might simply mean giving yourself permission to be happy. Whatever it is, your spirit guides are encouraging you to shine your light, to be authentic, to be you. Because that's when you're truly aligned with your purpose, when you're living in accordance with your soul's calling. And when you shine your light, you inspire others to do the same. You create a ripple effect of positivity and joy that spreads throughout the world. So don't be afraid to be bright, to be bold, to be you. The world needs your light. Think about what makes you feel alive, what makes you feel joyful, what makes you feel like you're shining. Is it spending time in nature? Is it creating art? Is it helping others? Whatever it is, make time for those things in your life. Because that's how you cultivate the energy of the sun, that's how you keep your light shining bright. Okay, so we've got the leap of faith with the Fool, we've got the clarity and joy of the sun, and now, building on that sunshine energy, we have the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords can sometimes feel a little intimidating, right? He's all about logic, intellect, and decisive action. But don't let him scare you. In this context, with the Aquamarine tree whispering of awakening, he represents the power of your mind to shape your reality, the clarity of thought you need to manifest your dreams. He's like the laser focus that comes after a period of intuitive exploration and joyful discovery. Think of it this way. The Fool jumps, the sun illuminates the path, and the King of Swords provides the map and the compass. He's the one who helps you navigate the terrain, who helps you make strategic decisions, who helps you stay on course. He is the master of his own mind, and he uses his intellect to create a life that is aligned with his values and his goals. Now, I know, sometimes logic and intuition can feel like they're at odds with each other. Like, you have to choose one or the other. But the King of Swords isn't about choosing logic over intuition. It's about integrating them, about using your mind to support your intuition. It's about using your intellect to analyze your intuitive insights, to develop a plan of action, and to take decisive steps towards your goals. So with the Aquamarine tree guiding us, this King of Swords energy is saying, okay, you've had this awakening, you've tapped into your intuition, you've experienced the joy and clarity of the sun. Now it's time to get practical. It's time to take action. It's time to manifest your dreams. Are there any areas of your life where you've been feeling stuck or indecisive? The King of Swords is here to help you cut through the confusion and make clear, rational decisions. This might mean setting boundaries with people who are draining your energy, or it might mean ending a relationship that is no longer serving you, or it might mean making a bold career move. Whatever it is, your spirit guides are encouraging you to take decisive action, to trust your judgment, and to move forward with confidence. He's all about clear communication, about speaking your truth with authority. So if you've been holding back, afraid to express your opinions or share your ideas, this card is a reminder that your voice matters. You have valuable insights to share with the world, and you have a right to be heard. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, even if it's unpopular. The King of Swords knows that honesty and integrity are essential for building trust and creating meaningful connections. This might mean having difficult conversations with loved ones, or it might mean standing up for what you believe in, or it might simply mean being more assertive in your daily interactions. Whatever it is, your spirit guides are encouraging you to communicate clearly and confidently, to express your needs and desires, and to advocate for yourself. Now, the King of Swords can sometimes be perceived as being cold or detached, but that's not his intention. He's simply focused on being objective and rational. He doesn't let his emotions cloud his judgment, and he strives to make decisions that are in the best interests of everyone involved. So don't mistake his objectivity for a lack of compassion. He cares deeply about justice and fairness, and he's committed to creating a world where everyone is treated with respect and dignity. He just knows that sometimes you have to make tough decisions even if they're not popular. Think about a time when you had to make a difficult decision. How did you approach it? Did you rely on logic and reason, or did you let your emotions get the best of you? Tap into that experience now and let it guide you forward. Because that's the energy of the King of Swords, that blend of intellect, objectivity, and decisive action. So lean into that King of Swords energy and let it help you manifest your dreams. You've got the Fool's courage, the Sun's clarity, and now, the King's focus. You are unstoppable. Wow, what a start. I am so ready to see what else your spirit guides have to say. Okay, so after that amazing energy of the King of Swords, we have the Two of Swords. This is interesting. It's like, after all that decisive action, all that clear thinking, we're suddenly faced with a choice, or maybe even a standstill. Like, what's going on here? It's like the universe is saying, hold on a second before you go charging ahead, let's just pause and reassess. You know. The Two of Swords, right away, it's giving me a feeling of being at a crossroads, maybe feeling a little stuck, a little unsure of which way to go. It's like you've got two options in front of you, and you just can't seem to make a decision. It's that classic analysis paralysis, you know, where you're overthinking everything so much that you just end up frozen. This card often shows a figure blindfolded, holding two swords, and it's like, okay, what's going on here? So the blindfold is the key, right? It suggests that you're not seeing the situation clearly, that you're missing some crucial information. Maybe you're relying too much on logic and not enough on your intuition, especially given that aquamarine tree energy of awakening, right? You're supposed to be tapping into your intuition. Remember that Fool energy. And the two swords, they represent the two choices, the two paths that are available to you. But you're holding them, right? So you have the power, you have the ability to make a decision, but something is preventing you from doing so. And swords are all about the mind, about thoughts and ideas. So this is definitely an internal conflict, a battle within yourself. It's not necessarily about external forces acting upon you, but rather about your own internal struggles. Maybe you're torn between two different desires, two different values, two different beliefs. Or maybe you're afraid of making the wrong choice, afraid of the consequences. Whatever it is, the Two of Swords is telling you that you need to find some clarity, some inner peace, before you can move forward. And the figure is often sitting, which also emphasizes that stillness. So, how does this connect to the cards we pulled earlier? Well, we had the Fool, who's all about taking that leap of faith, right? But the Two of Swords is like, hold on, before you leap, let's just make sure you know where you're leaping to. It's not about stopping you from taking risks, but rather about making sure you're doing it with awareness and intention. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've got the courage to jump, but do you know where you're landing? And then we have the Sun, which is all about clarity and joy. But with the Two of Swords, it's like that clarity is being obscured, that joy is being blocked. It's not that the clarity and joy are gone, but rather that you're not able to access them right now. You're being asked to dig a little deeper, to uncover the truth that's hidden beneath the surface. And then there's the King of Swords. Ooh, this is interesting, because he's all about logic and decisive action, right? But maybe, just maybe, you've been relying too much on logic, too much on your intellect, and not enough on your intuition. Maybe you've been trying to force a solution, trying to control the situation, instead of trusting the flow of the universe. It's like the King of Swords is saying, I know best, I have all the answers. But the Two of Swords is saying, hold on, maybe you don't know everything. Maybe you need to open your mind to other possibilities. So the King of Swords is about making decisions based on facts and evidence. But the Two of Swords is about recognizing that sometimes the most important information is hidden. It's not always readily available. And that's where your intuition comes in. So, what could this mean for you specifically? Well, it depends on what's been going on in your life lately. But generally speaking, this card suggests that you're facing a difficult choice, and you're feeling paralyzed by indecision. Maybe you're torn between two career paths, two relationships, two living situations. Or maybe you're struggling with a difficult ethical dilemma, trying to figure out what the right thing to do is. Whatever it is, it's causing you a lot of stress and anxiety. It could also mean that you're avoiding a difficult situation altogether. Maybe you're pretending that everything is fine, when really, you're deeply unhappy. Sometimes it's easier to just ignore problems than to confront them head-on. But the Two of Swords is telling you that you can't keep avoiding the issue forever. Eventually, you're going to have to face it. Or, it could also be about a conflict in your relationships. Maybe you're caught in the middle of a disagreement between two friends or family members. Or maybe you're having trouble communicating your needs and desires to your partner. Whatever it is, it's creating tension and disharmony in your relationships. Sometimes we put up walls when we're scared. And going back to that aquamarine tree energy, it's like your intuition is trying to guide you, but you're blocking it out. Maybe you're afraid of what your intuition might tell you, afraid of the changes you might have to make. But the more you resist your intuition, the more stuck you're going to feel. It's like your spirit guides are trying to whisper in your ear, but you're turning up the volume on the TV to drown them out. Okay, so what can you do about this? Well, the first thing is to acknowledge that you're feeling stuck, that you're facing a difficult choice. Don't try to pretend that everything is fine. Don't try to avoid the issue. Just allow yourself to feel whatever emotions are coming up. It's okay to feel confused. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. These feelings are all part of the process. And then, take some time to get quiet and listen to your intuition. Turn off the TV, put down your phone, and just sit in silence. Meditate, journal, go for a walk in nature. Whatever helps you connect with your inner wisdom. Ask your spirit guides for guidance, and be open to receiving their messages. They might not give you a clear answer right away, but they will give you clues. They will give you nudges in the right direction. And then, try to see the situation from a different perspective. Take off the blindfold, even if just figuratively, and look at the situation with fresh eyes. Talk to a trusted friend or therapist, someone who can offer you an objective viewpoint. Sometimes, all it takes is a new perspective to break through the indecision. Remember, the Fool was about new perspectives, right? And finally, trust yourself. You have the wisdom and the strength to make the right decision. You might not know exactly what the future holds, but you can trust that you're on the right path. Even if you make a mistake, you'll learn from it, you'll grow from it, and you'll move forward stronger and wiser. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress, about moving forward. So the Two of Swords isn't necessarily a bad card. It's just a reminder that sometimes we need to pause, to reflect, to reevaluate our choices. It's a call for balance, a call for inner peace, a call for trust. And with the Aquamarine tree guiding you, with your spirit guides whispering in your ear, you have everything you need to navigate this difficult situation and move forward with confidence. But yeah, definitely a moment to check in with yourself. I'm so curious to see what the next cards reveal. Like, will they offer a clear path forward? Will they provide more insight into the choices you're facing? Ooh, the suspense is killing me. Okay, wow, so after that Two of Swords energy, like needing to pause and reflect, we pull the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh, this is huge. It's like the universe heard us, you know? Like it heard that you were feeling stuck and said, okay, time to shake things up. The Wheel of Fortune, right off the bat, it's all about cycles, about destiny, about the ever-changing nature of life. It's that reminder that nothing stays the same forever, that everything is in constant motion, and that what goes up must come down, and what's down will eventually rise again. You know, so like, think about a literal wheel, right? It's always turning, always moving. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune is all about. It's about the ups and downs, the twists and turns, the unexpected surprises that life throws our way. It's about embracing change and trusting that everything is happening for a reason, even if you can't see it in the moment. The wheel is often depicted with various figures on it, some rising, some falling. It's like a visual representation of the different phases of life, the different experiences we all go through. And, you know, with the Aquamarine tree representing awakening, this Wheel of Fortune card feels like a major turning point in your journey. It's like you're about to enter a new chapter, a new cycle, a new phase of your life. And it's not just any change, it's a destined change, a change that's meant to happen, a change that's aligned with your soul's purpose. You know, so how does this connect to the other cards we've pulled? Okay, so we started with the Fool, right? The Fool is all about taking that leap of faith, about embracing the unknown. And the Wheel of Fortune is like, okay, you took the leap, now get ready for the ride. It's like the universe is rewarding your courage, your willingness to step outside of your comfort zone, by bringing you new opportunities and new experiences. The Fool jumps, and the wheel starts turning. And then we had the Sun, which is all about clarity and joy. And the Wheel of Fortune is like, okay, you found your clarity, you found your joy, now get ready to share it with the world. It's like the universe is amplifying your energy, your light, your potential, and sending it out into the world to attract even more abundance and success. The sun shines, and the wheel turns, bringing more good things your way. But the King of Swords, that's where it gets interesting. The King of Swords is all about logic and control, right? About making rational decisions and staying in charge of your own destiny. But the Wheel of Fortune is like, hold on a second, you're not always in control. Sometimes, life just happens. Sometimes, you have to surrender to the flow and trust that everything is going to work out. So it's like the wheel is challenging the King of Swords a little bit, reminding him that there's a bigger force at play, a force that's beyond his control. The King of Swords plans, but the wheel decides, you know? But remember that Aquamarine tree and what that means for you. Which brings us to the Two of Swords, right? The card of indecision, of feeling stuck. The Wheel of Fortune is like a direct response to that energy. It's like the universe saying, okay, you've been stuck for too long. It's time to get moving again. It's like the wheel is pushing you forward, whether you're ready or not. It's like the universe is saying, I'm going to make the decision for you. Which might sound a little scary, but it's actually a good thing. Because sometimes, we need a little push, a little nudge, to get us out of our comfort zones and into the flow of life. The Two of Swords hesitates, but the wheel turns anyway. And it's funny, because with that Aquamarine tree energy, it is so much about intuitive growth, and the Two of Swords is the most unintuitive card we could have pulled. So this card, it's almost like a correction. So what does this mean for you specifically? Well, it depends on what's been going on in your life lately. But generally speaking, this card suggests that you're about to experience a period of significant change. This could be a change in your career, your relationships, your living situation, or even your inner self. It could be a change that you've been expecting, or it could be a completely unexpected surprise. But whatever it is, it's going to be a major turning point in your life. And it's really easy to oversimplify this card and just say, oh, good luck is coming. But that's not really what it's about. It's really about accepting the natural flow. Maybe you've been feeling like you're in a rut, like you're stuck in the same old routine. The Wheel of Fortune is telling you that things are about to change. The universe is going to shake things up and bring some excitement and adventure into your life. This could mean getting a new job, meeting someone special, moving to a new city, or simply discovering a new passion. Whatever it is, it's going to be something that revitalizes you and helps you feel more alive. Or maybe you've been going through a difficult time lately, experiencing loss, heartbreak, or setbacks. The Wheel of Fortune is telling you that things are going to get better. The wheel is turning, and you're about to come out of the darkness and into the light. This doesn't mean that all your problems are going to magically disappear, but it does mean that you're going to find the strength and resilience to overcome them. You're going to learn from your experiences, grow from your challenges, and emerge stronger and wiser than before. It could also mean that you're about to reap the rewards of your hard work and dedication. Maybe you've been working towards a goal for a long time, and you're finally about to see the fruits of your labor. This could mean getting a promotion, launching a successful business, publishing a book, or simply achieving a personal milestone. Whatever it is, it's going to be a moment of celebration and joy. It's so cool that you were drawn to the Aquamarine tree for this message, you know. The Wheel of Fortune is also a reminder that life is cyclical. What goes up must come down, and what's down will eventually rise again. So if you're currently on a high, enjoy it while it lasts, but also be prepared for the possibility of a downturn in the future. And if you're currently on a low, don't despair, because things are going to get better. Just keep trusting the process, keep believing in yourself, and keep moving forward. This card is about trusting that you're always being guided. The wheel is turning, but you're not just a passive passenger. You have the power to influence the direction of the wheel, to steer your own destiny. This means making conscious choices, taking inspired action, and aligning yourself with your values and your goals. It means being proactive, not reactive, and taking responsibility for your own life. So embrace the change, trust the process, and get ready for an amazing ride. The Wheel of Fortune is a sign that you're on the right track, that you're aligned with your soul's purpose, and that you're about to experience a period of significant growth and transformation. Okay, so with this Wheel of Fortune energy, with this sense of destiny and change in the air, what's the final message from your spirit guides? Like, what do they want you to know as you navigate this turning point in your life? Ooh, I'm so excited to see what card we pull next. Is it going to be a card of action, a card of reflection, a card of manifestation? Okay, so, after all that Wheel of Fortune energy, with this sense of destiny and change in the air, we pull the Six of Cups. Oh, wow. That's so interesting, you know? It's like, after all that forward momentum, the universe is asking you to take a little trip down memory lane. The Six of Cups, right away, it's all about nostalgia, about childhood memories, about simpler times. It's that feeling of warmth and comfort that you get when you think about the past, you know? It's like, maybe you're looking back at your childhood and thinking about all the fun you had, all the carefree moments, all the people who loved you. It is such a sweet card. Or maybe you're reconnecting with old friends or family members, and you're reminiscing about the good old days. It's that sense of belonging, that sense of connection to something bigger than yourself. It's like, where do your roots lie? This is also a card of giving and receiving, of sharing and generosity. It's about offering help and support to those in need, and about being open to receiving help and support from others. It's about creating a sense of community, a sense of shared responsibility. It's like, how does this connect to the other cards we've pulled? Okay, so we started with the Fool, right? The Fool is all about taking that leap of faith, about embracing the unknown. And the Six of Cups is like, okay, you took the leap, but don't forget where you came from. It's like the universe is reminding you to stay grounded, to stay connected to your roots, even as you venture out into the world. Remember where you came from, even when you move forward. Then we had the Sun, which is all about clarity and joy. And the Six of Cups is like, okay, you found your clarity, you found your joy, now share it with others. It's like the universe is encouraging you to spread your light, to be a source of positivity and inspiration for those around you. Bring your joy back to where you started, that's so cool. The King of Swords is all about logic and control, right? But the Six of Cups is like, hold on a second, don't forget about your emotions. Don't forget about your heart. It's like the universe is reminding you to balance your intellect with your intuition, to balance your head with your heart. It's easy to become cold and detached, and this card is like, remember to be a person, remember to show love. And it's like a response to the Two of Swords, right? The card of indecision, of feeling stuck. The Six of Cups is like, okay, you've been stuck for too long, maybe revisiting the past can help you move forward. Maybe reconnecting with old friends or memories can give you the clarity and inspiration you need to make a decision. Look back to move forward. And the Wheel of Fortune, that's really interesting. The Wheel of Fortune is all about change and destiny, right? But the Six of Cups is like, okay, things are changing, but don't forget your past. Don't forget your history. It's like the universe is reminding you that your past experiences have shaped who you are today, and they will continue to influence your future. Your past is always part of your future. And with the Aquamarine tree representing awakening, this Six of Cups card feels like a call to revisit your childhood dreams and aspirations. Like, what did you want to be when you were a kid? What were your passions? What brought you joy? Maybe it's time to reconnect with those things, to bring that childlike wonder back into your life. Sometimes we get so caught up in the responsibilities of adulthood that we forget what it's like to play, to be creative, to be spontaneous. The Six of Cups is a reminder that it's okay to be a kid again, to let your inner child come out and play. It's like, what if the key to your awakening lies in your past? What if the answers you're seeking are hidden in your childhood memories? I love that thought, that is beautiful. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is turning, things are changing, destiny is unfolding. And the Six of Cups is saying, remember your past, reconnect with your roots. How can you use this energy to navigate this turning point in your life? Well, first of all, it's a good time to reconnect with old friends and family members. Reach out to people you haven't seen in a while and reminisce about the good old days. Share stories, laugh together, and create new memories. This can be a really healing and uplifting experience, especially if you've been feeling isolated or disconnected lately. It's like, go back to your tribe, to your people, and recharge your batteries. Think about doing it. I bet that would be so fulfilling for you. And this is also a good time to revisit your childhood hobbies and interests. Did you used to love to paint, to sing, to dance, to write? Whatever it is, try picking it up again. You might be surprised at how much joy it brings you. It's like, tap into that creative energy, that childlike enthusiasm, and let it flow through you. Sometimes the things we loved as children are the things we're meant to do as adults. I always wanted to be a writer, and that's what I'm doing now. This can be a time of healing old wounds and resolving past conflicts. If there are any unresolved issues from your childhood or past relationships, now is the time to address them. This doesn't necessarily mean confronting people directly, although that might be appropriate in some cases. It simply means acknowledging your feelings, forgiving yourself and others, and releasing any resentment or bitterness that you've been holding onto. It's like, let go of the past so you can move forward into the future. Don't let old hurts hold you back. It is time to heal and grow. The wheel keeps on turning, It could be a beautiful time. Maybe you've been carrying around some guilt or shame from something you did in the past. The Six of Cups is a reminder that everyone makes mistakes, and it's okay to forgive yourself. You're not perfect, and you don't have to be. Just learn from your mistakes and move on. It's like, be kind to yourself, treat yourself with compassion, and remember that you deserve to be happy. The Six of Cups can also indicate the arrival of someone from your past, someone who played a significant role in your life. This could be a childhood friend, a former lover, or even a family member you haven't seen in a while. This person might come back into your life to offer you support, guidance, or simply a reminder of who you are and where you came from. This could also be a karmic relationship, someone who is meant to teach you a valuable lesson. These relationships can be intense and challenging, but they can also be incredibly transformative. It's like, be open to the possibility of reconnecting with someone from your past, but also be mindful of the energy they bring into your life. And not all past connections are good ones. If someone from your past is bringing negativity or drama into your life, it's okay to set boundaries and protect yourself. You don't have to repeat the same mistakes again. This is so important, that you recognize patterns and don't let history repeat itself, unless that's what's right for you in this moment. So, to summarize the Six of Cups, with the Wheel of Fortune spinning and all this other energy, this card is an invitation to revisit your past, to reconnect with your roots, and to heal old wounds. But it's also a reminder to stay grounded, to stay connected to your heart, even as you embrace change and move forward into the future. You're not just being asked to look at the past, but to integrate it, to learn from it. The past is a treasure trove of wisdom if you choose to see it that way. Wow, I am so excited. Okay, so with the Six of Cups bringing in this energy of the past, of nostalgia, of karmic connections, what's the final piece of the puzzle? What's the last message your spirit guides want you to know? Ooh, I can't wait to pull the next card and see what it reveals. I have a feeling it's going to be really powerful. Okay, so with all that Six of Cups energy swirling around, all those past connections, all that nostalgia, we pull. The Hanged Man. Whoa, okay, that is such a shift, It's like after all that looking back, the universe is now saying, okay, time to hang tight, time to surrender. The Hanged Man, right away, it's about a pause, it's about suspension. It's about seeing things from a different perspective, but a really different perspective, It's like you're hanging upside down, and the world looks totally different than it did before, totally turned around. It's that moment when you're forced to stop, when you can't keep pushing forward, when you have to just let go and trust that everything is going to be okay. Which, let's be real, is the hardest thing to do sometimes, right? So this figure is hanging upside down by one foot, often from a tree, and looks almost peaceful, which is kind of weird, right? I mean, shouldn't they be freaking out? But that's the thing about the Hanged Man. It's about finding peace in the midst of uncertainty, about accepting your current situation, even if it's not what you wanted. And going back to that aquamarine tree, it's about awakening, And sometimes, the greatest awakenings come when we're forced to stop, when we're forced to confront our limitations, when we're forced to surrender. Okay, so how does this connect to the other cards we've pulled? Okay, so we started with the Fool, right? The Fool is all about taking that leap of faith, about embracing the unknown. And the Hanged Man is okay, you took the leap, now what? Now you have to wait. It's like the universe is testing your faith, seeing if you can truly trust that everything is going to work out, even when it doesn't look like it. The Fool jumps and then hangs around, literally. And then we had the Sun, which is all about clarity and joy, right? But the Hanged Man is okay, you found your clarity, you found your joy, but now you have to be patient. You have to wait for the right moment to act. It's like the universe is saying, don't rush things, let things unfold naturally. The sun shines, but sometimes you have to wait in the shade. The King of Swords is all about logic and control. He's all about decisive action, right? And the Hanged Man is hold on a second, you can't always control everything. Sometimes you have to surrender to the flow. It's like the universe is reminding you that you're not always in charge, that there's a bigger plan at play. The King of Swords makes plans, and the Hanged Man says, not so fast. And we had the Two of Swords, which was all about indecision, about feeling stuck. And the Hanged Man is like, okay, you're feeling stuck. Well, maybe that's because you're not seeing things from the right perspective. Maybe you need to hang upside down for a while and see what happens. It's like the universe is forcing you to reevaluate your choices, to look at things from a different angle. The Two of Swords is blindfolded, and the Hanged Man is like, time to see things differently or to not see it all for now. The Wheel of Fortune is all about change and destiny, and the Hanged Man is like, okay, things are changing, but you can't force the change. You have to let it happen. It's like the universe is reminding you that you're not always in control of your own destiny, that sometimes you have to surrender to the flow and trust that everything is going to work out. The wheel turns, but the Hanged Man waits patiently for it to complete its cycle. Then there's the Six of Cups. Oh, this is interesting. The Six of Cups is all about the past, about nostalgia, about karmic connections, right? And the Hanged Man is like, okay, you've revisited the past, but now you have to let it go. You have to release any attachments to the past in order to move forward. It's like the universe is reminding you that you can't live in the past, that you have to focus on the present moment and trust that the future is going to be even better. The Six of Cups remembers, and the Hanged Man releases. So, with the Aquamarine tree representing awakening, and all these cards we just talked about, this Hanged Man card feels like a call to surrender to the present moment, to release any attachments to the past or future, and to trust that everything is happening for a reason. It's a call to step outside of your ego, to let go of your need to control everything, and to allow the universe to guide you. Wow, this feels big. So, what does this mean for you specifically? Well, it depends on what's been going on in your life lately. But generally speaking, this card suggests that you're in a period of transition, a period of waiting, a period of uncertainty. Maybe you're waiting for a new job, a new relationship, a new opportunity. Or maybe you're simply waiting for clarity, for guidance, for direction. Whatever it is, it's causing you a lot of stress and anxiety. You know, like, this could mean that you need to take a break from your normal routine, to step away from your responsibilities, and to just allow yourself to be. Maybe you need to go on a retreat, to spend time in nature, to meditate, or simply to do something that relaxes you and helps you to connect with your inner self. It's like disconnect to reconnect, you know. It's about finding that stillness within, that inner peace, that allows you to see things from a different perspective. This could also mean that you need to let go of something that's no longer serving you. Maybe you're holding on to a relationship that's toxic, a job that's unfulfilling, or a belief that's limiting you. Whatever it is, it's time to release it, to let it go, and to trust that something better is going to come along. It's like sometimes you have to lose something in order to gain something even greater. Or like, this could also be about seeing things from a new angle, you know. The Hanged Man is all about perspective, about looking at things in a different way. Maybe you've been stuck in the same old patterns, the same old ways of thinking, and you need to break free from those patterns in order to move forward. This could mean challenging your beliefs, questioning your assumptions, and being open to new ideas. It's like sometimes the answers we're seeking are right in front of us, but we can't see them because we're looking at things from the wrong perspective. And it's so cool that you were drawn to the Aquamarine tree, because it is all about seeing things differently, you know. Maybe you've been trying to force a solution, trying to control the outcome, and you need to just surrender to the process. It's like, let go of your expectations, let go of your attachments, and trust that everything is going to work out in the end. This doesn't mean that you should be passive or inactive. It simply means that you should focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. So, with all that in mind, how can you use this Hanged Man energy to navigate this turning point in your life? Well, first of all, it's important to acknowledge that you're in a period of waiting. Don't try to rush things. Don't try to force things to happen before they're ready. Just allow yourself to be in the present moment and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Take this time to reflect on your values, your goals, and your purpose. What's truly important to you? What do you want to create in your life? Use this time to get clear on your vision so that when the time comes to act, you'll be ready. You have to really connect with yourself. Spend time in nature, meditate, journal, or do something that helps you to connect with your inner wisdom. This is a time to listen to your intuition, to trust your gut feelings, and to be open to guidance from your spirit guides. Challenge your beliefs and assumptions. Are there any limiting beliefs that are holding you back? Are there any assumptions that are preventing you from seeing things clearly? Question everything and be open to new perspectives. And this is the big one: surrender to the process. Let go of your need to control everything and trust that everything is happening for a reason. Even if you don't understand it right now, trust that the universe has your best interests at heart. It's like have faith, have patience, and know that everything is going to be okay. And remember, the aquamarine tree is there to guide you, to awaken your intuition, and to help you see things from a different perspective. You're not alone on this journey. Your spirit guides are with you every step of the way. So, with the hanged man hanging tight, with the wheel of fortune turning, with all this other energy swirling around, what's the final message? Like, what do your spirit guides want you to know as you go through this experience? Ooh, I'm so excited, I can't wait. This is going to be huge. Okay, so, after all of that, after the hanged man and all that surrender, we finally pull the magician. Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is like the perfect way to end this reading, you know? The magician, right off the bat, he's all about manifestation, about potential, about making your dreams a reality. And the aquamarine tree is all about awakening. So it is like you have awakened your manifesting abilities. How cool is that? So the magician, he's standing there with all these tools laid out in front of him, right? A cup, a sword, a wand, a pentacle. And these aren't just random objects. They represent all the different aspects of your life, all the different resources you have available to you. Your emotions, your thoughts, your passions, your physical possessions. The magician knows how to use all these tools to create the life he wants. He's not just sitting around waiting for things to happen. He's actively creating his reality. And the thing is, you have that same power, you know? You have all the tools you need to manifest your dreams. It's just a matter of learning how to use them. So, how does this connect to all the other cards we've pulled? Okay, so we started with the Fool, right? The Fool is all about taking that leap of faith, about embracing the unknown. And the magician is like, okay, you took the leap, now what? Now it's time to create something new. It's like the Fool is the spark and the magician is the fire. The Fool has the courage to jump, and the magician has the skills to build something amazing. And then we had the Sun, which is all about clarity and joy. And the magician is like, okay, you found your clarity, you found your joy, now use that energy to manifest your desires. It's like the Sun is the fuel, and the magician is the engine. The Sun provides the energy, and the magician directs it towards his goals. The King of Swords is all about logic and control. He's all about decisive action, right? And the magician is like, okay, you have the logic, you have the control, now use that power to manifest your vision. It's like the King of Swords is the architect, and the magician is the builder. The King of Swords provides the plan, and the magician brings it to life. It's all coming together. The Two of Swords, which was all about indecision, about feeling stuck. And the magician is like, okay, you've been feeling stuck, now it's time to make a decision and move forward. It's like the Two of Swords is the problem, and the magician is the solution. The Two of Swords is paralyzed by choice, and the magician chooses his own path. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about change and destiny. And the magician is like, okay, things are changing, now it's time to take control of your destiny. It's like the Wheel of Fortune is the opportunity, and the magician is the opportunist. The wheel turns, and the magician seizes the moment. Ooh, I love that. The Six of Cups, which is all about the past, about nostalgia, about karmic connections. And the magician is like, okay, you've revisited the past, now it's time to create your future. It's like the Six of Cups is the foundation, and the magician is the structure. The Six of Cups provides the roots, and the magician builds the tree. And then, finally, we have the Hanged Man, which is all about surrender, about letting go, about seeing things from a different perspective. And the magician is like, okay, you've surrendered, now you're ready to manifest. It's like the hanged man is the preparation, and the magician is the performance. The hanged man clears the way, and the magician steps into his power. This is so cool, you know? So with the aquamarine tree representing awakening, this magician card feels like a sign that you're ready to step into your power, to create the life you've always dreamed of. You have all the tools you need, you have all the skills you need, you have all the support you need. It's just a matter of believing in yourself and taking action, you know. So what does this mean for you specifically? Well, it depends on what's been going on in your life lately, but generally speaking, this card suggests that you're about to enter a period of incredible manifestation. Things are going to start aligning for you, opportunities are going to start presenting themselves, and you're going to start seeing your dreams become a reality. So exciting. But it's not just going to happen by magic, you know? You have to be proactive, you have to take action, you have to use your skills and resources to create the life you want. Maybe you've been feeling stuck or unfulfilled lately, like you're not living up to your full potential. The magician is a sign that it's time to change that. It's time to step into your power, to embrace your talents, and to create a life that's aligned with your soul's purpose. You know, this could mean starting a new business, pursuing a new career, or simply making some changes in your personal life. Whatever it is, it's time to take control and create the life you want. Or maybe you've been working towards a goal for a long time, but you haven't been seeing the results you want. The magician is a sign that you're on the right track, but you need to be more focused and intentional with your efforts. It's time to get clear on your vision, to develop a plan, and to take consistent action towards your goals. You're so close, don't give up. The magician can also be a reminder to use your resources wisely. You have a lot of talents, skills, and connections, but you need to use them effectively in order to manifest your desires. This could mean networking with the right people, investing in your education, or simply managing your time and energy more efficiently. You know, sometimes it's not about having more, it's about using what you have more effectively. And the coolest thing is this is about creating a life of meaning and purpose, a life that's aligned with your values and your passions. This isn't just about manifesting material possessions or external success. It's about creating a life that's fulfilling on a deep soul level. And the aquamarine tree is there to help guide you, to awaken your intuition, and to help you connect with your soul's purpose. You're not just manifesting things, you are manifesting a life. So, how can you use this magician energy to create the life you want? Well, first of all, it's important to get clear on your vision. What do you want to create? What do you want to experience? What kind of life do you want to live? Take some time to visualize your ideal life and write down your goals and desires. Be as specific as possible and really allow yourself to dream big, because you are worthy of that dream. And then, make a plan. What steps do you need to take in order to achieve your goals? Break your goals down into smaller, more manageable steps and create a timeline for achieving them. This will help you stay focused and motivated, and it will make your goals feel less overwhelming. This is when you put the dream to work. Take action. Don't just sit around waiting for things to happen. Take consistent action towards your goals, even if it's just a small step each day. The more action you take, the more momentum you'll build, and the closer you'll get to your desired outcome. And remember that the more you act, the more the universe responds. Use your resources wisely. Identify your talents, skills, and connections, and use them effectively to achieve your goals. This could mean networking with the right people, investing in your education, or simply managing your time and energy more efficiently. You know, it's all about working smarter, not harder. And remember that the universe provides resources, too. Believe in yourself. This is the most important step of all. You have to believe that you're capable of achieving your goals, that you're worthy of success, and that you have the power to create the life you want. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. So, cultivate a positive mindset, focus on your strengths, and celebrate your successes. And remember to talk kindly to yourself. So to summarize the magician, with the wheel of fortune spinning and the aquamarine tree guiding you, This card is a sign that you're ready to step into your power and create the life you've always dreamed of. You have all the tools you need, you have all the skills you need, and you have all the support you need. It's just a matter of believing in yourself, taking action, and using your resources wisely. Okay, wow, what a reading. I am so excited for you, you know. It's like you've gone through so much, you've learned so much, and you're finally ready to manifest your dreams. And remember, your spirit guides are with you every step of the way, cheering you on, guiding you, and supporting you. So trust in yourself, trust in the universe, and trust that everything is going to work out exactly as it should. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I hope it resonated with you, and I hope it gave you some clarity and guidance on your journey. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. And be sure to check out my other videos for more insights and inspiration. And most importantly, remember to believe in yourself and to create the life you want. You got this.